Hi.
Hello, and welcome back to episode 3 of Battlelords of the 23rd Century. Today's episode name is what's supposed to be right in front of me and now isn't.
It's a long name.
It is true. Trasimene 9. Trasimene 9.
Ooh
So,
la la.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good for your skin, except it isn't.
It's a beach episode.
Here's the best part about that. I looked it up in a second place and then came back to the first place, and it is clearly written right in front of me where it's supposed to be. So, past Dave did his job. Present Dave fumbled it.
Operator error.
That is true. Yeah, it's RTFM error. Again, I guess first, let's just start with who we are and who we're playing and what it is that we are doing here. And this time we will start at this side of the table.
Hi, I'm Sam Delev, and I'm playing Glitch. I am the Gen Human tech specialist on this team. I am a prototype designed human, and my prototype mutation creates a little electronic countermeasures field all around me, which is great for stealth and scouting, and bad for fritzing all the devices around me. Like my friend Cybernetics.
It does that really well, actually.
It's really effective. Effective is different than good. Glitch.
Effective is different than good. It should be the tagline of this entire show.
I'm Ash Viddick, and I'm playing Sketch, and I'm the pilot and computer expert. Mostly just a pilot and a very, well-known, attractive, fun person.
In what manner of creature is
Oh,
Sketch?
yeah, all of that. So Sketch is an Orion, and they are kind of a space elfy plastic surgery type race that really loves old human history and tends to be as much like them as possible, especially in the 80s. Oh, and I've got 14 fingers and 14 toes.
It's true. Who among us doesn't?
So many things you can do with that.
I am Melee Damage, and I am playing Dr. Ace McSteamy, who is also another Orion rogue. And she is the doctor. She is the one that fixes everybody up, and she herself is studying to be one of the best Orion cosmetic surgeons.
I'm Malcolm Gersh, and I'm playing Thumper Orbison, who at this point is a 7-foot-tall cybernetic rabbit person. Heavy gunner, very likes jumping around in power armor. Likes hanging out with his best friend Haas.
Howdy.
Platonic life partners. Yeah.
I'm D'Artagnan Italiano, and I play Haas, who is also a Fott, or giant bunny. He is currently the chosen bun. He was born with magical powers. He didn't know until he was like 25, I guess. Yeah. So he's 25. The sweet age of 25. He could rent a car, and now he can also destroy planets. So he's like.
My name's Jake, and I am playing I almost said the same thing as an Eridani, and I focus on melee and getting right into everyone's face and trying my best not to lose limbs. I failed. Just saying.
Do better.
Yeah, I will do. My name is Tark.
Again,
He's my best friend, and he's going to stay alive or else.
It's like Robin Hood. Do you have any advice? Get up, move faster. Get up, move faster. Right. Again, this all 4 episodes of this limited series have been brought to you in partnership with Games for Love, which is a charity very near and dear to my heart. Again, Games for Love is a kindness-oriented 501c3 nonprofit community of gamers for the purpose of easing the suffering of children in life-threatening conditions and contribute towards building a sustainable financial future for them, which you can donate at gamesforlove.org/donate or through Q Times Techno Wizardry.
! Love.
Love.
Oh.
Good command.
Again, although this is episode 3 of this run, and I do highly recommend you watch 1 and 2. You don't necessarily have to, because we have a little bit of a time jump, which I'm going to explain here in a moment. However, what is Battlelords? Battlelords is a game set in a dangerous future. An alliance of humans and aliens is fighting for survival. The Arachnids, aka the Arachnids, one of which you guys met last time.
I hate it.
Yeah, I do too.
Have destroyed worlds and decimated populations as they advance into Alliance territory. Against the backdrop of war, players can take the fight to the Arachnids, become explorers seeking new alien species for allies and technology, or participate in espionage to further the goals of their corporate backers. By now, pending exactly when you're seeing this, the hardcover book might be available, but as of this exact second, it is not. However, you can get the full PDF rules that we are using here to play with on DriveThruRPG. You want the Battlelords of the 23rd Century Kickstarter Edition core rules. There's a couple different versions of the game there. This is the 7th edition. You want to make sure it's the core rules. And the Quick Start Guide is there for free. So, and I'm B-Day Walters. I do things and say words and love Battlelords like a lot. So, again, years have passed. Whereas last session, you guys were nearing the end of your first tour. By now, you're nearing the end of the second. You have been all over the place and done all sorts of things. And again, fought and bled and lost together, died and revived each other, a million times. By now, your exploits on board, what is the name of the ship, Sketch?
It's Jareth's Javelin.
Yes, Jareth's Javelin, the JJ, are well known. Your exploits are taught in the academy and the piloting maneuvers, although the sketch maneuver that they teach in piloting school is very different than the sketch maneuver you might learn in the dorms. Remember, you are...
But they're both equally valid.
It's true. They all involve a lot of rolling.
0G thumping.
Sketch, by now, again, you are a prototype Gen Human, but over these years, the fact your ECMs that were at once seen as detrimental have come to be viewed as incredibly valid. And now you are being actively pursued to go into mass production, which is something you've been debating whether or not you will allow. But in the fullness of time, everything they thought was a weakness, you have proven again and again to be your greatest strength. Dr. Ace McSteamy, despite still not having managed to wrap your head around that freaking galactic comet, it's like they do this thing with the back of the throat. Like
I've just given up. I just listen to all the languages come through my earpiece and then just wave at people. Nod and agree.
However, your medical knowledge has advanced, and you are very close to achieving your goal of becoming a surgeon back on the Orion homeworld. Had you dedicated yourself to it, you probably could have done it years ago, but that also means you would not have seen the galaxy like you have and have had the experiences that you've had along the way. However, you have taken a twisty path. The goal is in reach. Thumper. Again, Cyberbun. Rapidly approaching perfection.
Good enough for government work is what I say.
You have had a harder time of things as your Fott family live on the frontier, as is their way. The Arachnid encroachment has come down much harder on you and yours. And some of your people were out on the frontier on planets and colonies that were lost.
It's true.
And it is not clear even to you how far your kin has been dispersed, but you were able to gather some of them and keep them safe, including Thumper Jr., who did survive the Battle of Trasimene last time and still fights alongside with her wife to this very day.
I couldn't get him to leave. They don't scare easy, those Orbisons.
That is true. Haas, the Chosen Bun. Again, your powers have continued to manifest and unfold in a way that not only should not be possible,
I'm all powerful Bun.
but now you have achieved a level of power that even most Mutsakans would envy. And the reaction you get from your fellow Fott is very much split. Some of them feel that it is unnatural, bordering on sinful, because it is not what a Fott is meant to do, moving things with your mind, shooting energy and blasts.
They don't know the ways.
But other ones believe that you are the culmination of Uncle Ernie's vision.
The Quitzfocht Hairrack.
So we're done. There it is. No, so we haven't even started.
That was a collection of words.
Yeah. I mean,
It was a culture.
that is true. That's that thing at the back of the throat that I was mentioning. You can't.
The
Yes.
Chosen Bun. It's easier to remember.
Mm-hmm. I was with you. That was a deep cut, though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. So the response from your people, amongst all people, honestly, people are very wary, because if the Fotts suddenly had access to Mutsakan level power,
It's our future.
We will be the chosen kings.
I haven't been taken to it, but supposedly one of my grandbuns on board is
I see
sensitive.
the spark in them.
I brought them to you for
Seen in
training.
his eyes.
well, you for your part, Thumper, are doing everything you can to just technologically recreate yourself.
He went from 5'11" to 7'2" or something.
Yes. The recollection's hazy, Thumper. You might have been 7'2" this entire time,
Excuse me, I'm 7'8" and have always been 7'8".
Are you
I have this
taller
picture,
now?
and you look different in this picture that I have right here.
Why is it that the picture of us next to each other, you come to about here in one photo, now you come up to about here on another?
We've been over this before. I was stooping and sneezing when they took that
And see, this one's from the side, and you're standing up very straight.
It's a deep fake.
He's standing further back. It's a
perspective.
Perspection.
Yeah. Like those human movies. You guys have watched them where like one guy was near the camera and the other guy was far away, and it made one guy look huge.
But
Gandalf!
Just lying.
But
Hobbit, not Hobbit.
But remember that time we did a 3D print based on your original bioscans?
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember all the dumb stuff we do. I am very inebriated most of the time.
Because
Because that 3D print is about 5'11".
I might be able to check
Glitch
medical
might have
records.
sit next to
No, we've established that I've always been this height and always been this swole.
I wouldn't do that to you.
Last but certainly not least, Tark, you have become a legend in Eridani circles for your numerous accomplishments, up to and including your glorious death in battle with an Arachnid warrior that you stood and faced down. And the word quickly spread about you and your achievements. So you are always greeted with, when you return to the home world, the Eridani equivalent of a hero's welcome, which is constant challenges to fights.
Yeah.
Are you crying? Are you touched by hearing your exploits?
It's very much one of the main reasons why Glitch and I live away from everyone else.
It was so confusing when I went with him to his homeworld for the first time, and I thought everyone was so mad at him, and they all wanted to kill him, but it's because they really like him.
Yeah, no, it was quite the opposite. You knew it as such. They're all like, it would be an honor to kill you.
But also, sometimes we just wanted to get lunch,
Yeah.
and so the cabin works much better.
Yeah. That is true. No, they very much would be like, no, finish, and then we're gonna go outside and do this thing. So yes, you have clashed swords with your own kind from one end of the galaxy to the other.
It's very much Afro Samurai.
Yeah, 100%. Yes, 100%. Yes, and your bits and bobs that you have lost over time have been replaced. Although now you have a biological.
Yes. It's a biological leg that Glitch bought for me.
Them augmented organics are expensive.
More than anything, even though you all have only been enlisted for about 12 years, and for most of you, you're all still fairly young, even by your own species standards. I suppose the Fott are approaching middle age.
Or middle age.
Because the Fott don't live long. That's why you gotta breed quick. You know?
Not if they're lucky. We are very lucky.
Yeah, we're very lucky.
But you know, again, for most of you, you're all still fairly young. But the lives that you've led, you feel like you're hundreds of years old. The things you've seen and been through, weigh heavily, especially at the quiet times in between. But now you all.
But we still look great.
Oh no, you look fantastic. You look better than ever. No, you kind of got the money to stay, cocoa dusted.
And I'm getting more and more expertise at keeping things tight.
That is true. No, you all
And
look
she has to practice on someone. It's like tattoo artists. Like when they're still apprenticing, they'll like take their friends. They're like, okay, is it okay if I just like tattoo you for free and it just lives on you?
It's exactly that.
For the rest of your life.
Exactly that.
That is exactly it.
So we all look fairly good.
She just helps keep things tight. That's fine.
Speaking of which, at some point,
I like tight.
if you want me to take care of your ears.
My ears are fine.
I mean, they are, but they're more human-like.
My ears are fine.
They're cute.
But that's how you know if you're a good surgeon or not, is if I'm able to get the extra fingers. And that's kind of also why I just always wear the hat and gloves. It just kind of hides the bits that aren't, completely human-looking.
I'm fine with my ears. I've accepted them.
They're wonderful ears, but I would just, I'd like to practice. So if you ever change your mind, let me know, because nobody else got pointy ears. So
What you should do is get some Fott ears. That'd look real nice.
That would be an upgrade.
2 pointy.
Upgrade.
2 pointy.
Why don't we?
And furry.
We can find someone else to practice on.
I'm sure there's going to be dead bodies.
Oh, that's. Yeah.
Does that work?
If anyone finds any dead bodies with pointy ears, you let me know.
Done.
We could create some
I
dead
was
bodies
gonna
with
say, can I
pointy
make
ears.
them? We're dead.
You also
get 'em for
make
you.
people to
But
3D.
see, usually people with the pointy ears are kind of hot and they're hard to shoot because they're just, they're pretty.
Nothing's hard to shoot.
Not me, no.
Nope.
I have found that they die just as easily.
I can target correct. I can compensate for beauty.
Target
That is
correct
a
for
fact.
beauty.
As you all are hurtling through space towards your appointed mission here, I will let you, Sketch, properly pronounce the type of ship that the JJ is. Which, if you it is book 364, by the way, for anyone who's following along. I just know that you enjoy these sort of things, and I won't garble it up and have you give me the stink eye.
I would never do that.
I would.
Friends of the show, you know what we are.
Hold on. Let me pull it up. Oh, it's a difficult one. It's a Freischärler, which I just said with an Irish accent.
It's the
an
props
Orion
accent. Speaking German and Orion.
Pronunciation.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a Freischärler.
Infiltrator War Scout. Yes. Again, the JJ. You're home away from home. And again, you all have been called to a rendezvous with one of the sector command ships of the Alliance. By now, both Ace and Tark have earned the rank of sector commanders here, and you have large numbers of troops and ships under your command. And all the rest of you have risen to the rank of generals.
General.
In general.
Again, without exaggeration, you all are definitely famous in your own circles, and some of you have fame that have even transcended out into the common ethos. And you all find yourself flying in the ship on the way to your briefing.
The ship is on autopilot, and I'm in the back retrieving my action figures that I've 3D printed. Me, obviously.
You playing with yourself?
It's a favorite pastime. But no, I'm just, there'll be fans, and I just want to be ready, to hand out the
Autograph each one.
Wait, are there going to be civilians in this area?
You don't have to be a civilian to be a fan.
Start beating them in the head.
Anyway, I'm just checking on them. They look great. They look really good.
Are you going to paint them?
Oh, no, these come out already painted.
Oh.
Look at that. Look at the colors. Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I would maybe reverse them, but yeah, they look all right.
You're right. I've seen the
first,
spark of
what
life.
What do you mean? I
See
think
it in his
they
eyes.
look great.
You will be a great chosen bun.
Well, shoes don't match. That's all right.
Oh no, that's a choice. Anyway, they
You
look
hear,
good.
she means it ironically. And while you are there near the 3D printer, out from behind the bank where you keep the glue, a familiar green mass comes oozing out of the form of Dibs, the Mazian, who you met in times long past. The coin that you gave Dibs, he placed on the exactor at the racetrack that night and made a significant fortune.
It's apparently the way of things.
In dedication to you, cleaned his life up and enlisted, and now Dibs serves on board the ship. You all are old friends now after all this time.
Good to see you again, Dibs. What you been up to?
See, Dips gets it. Dips gets it.
Dibs gets everything, though.
It's
Dibs
ironic.
Dibs is amazing.
Dibs gets it because he called dibs.
Dibs get stepped on.
Yeah, I don't trust
They're
Dibs.
under
Well, then
full
watch
watch.
where you're going.
And Dibs should watch where it's
But
slithering.
they're like a puddle.
Yeah.
By net, Dibs sort of like and sort of coalesces into a vaguely humanoid form that looks something like the reminiscent of the crash test dummies of Earth in the 20th century. That it's humanoid-ish, but its face is fairly blank. Its fingers are articulated. It does its best to simulate 14 fingers as an homage to you all, but it doesn't quite work. You know what I mean? They're like, yeah.
It's good enough.
Tark. Where is Tark on board the ship during all of this?
Away from all of them. Tark's probably meditating.
While you are meditating, you hear doom, doom, doom on your door.
Come in.
The door opens, and another person walks in that you may not necessarily refer to as a friend, but you definitely have come to respect each other. Slither, the Fintari.
I stand up and I walk over and I put my hand out.
He extends his mechanized tentacle and wraps around it. Like, am I disturbing you?
No, it's fine. What can I help you with?
I don't like this. They don't call us back to the home world for nothing.
Understandably so. I don't think it's going to be good either, but we need to be strong. We need to be able to focus.
He sort of idly does something that you've come to realize is a tick of his, where with his two lower tentacles, he pulls out a particularly wicked knife and just sort of twirls it with the bottom as he's thinking, which is his tail now.
It's a bladed fidget spinner.
It honestly is. Yeah, right. Yeah. He's like, ever since that nonsense on Fornax 12, I'm deeply suspicious of anything they recommend.
Well, there's never a good time to just sit around and listen. We do need to go out and figure out what's going on before we get there. If you can grab Glitch and let them know that we need to send forward and find out some information.
He inhales deeply the heavy methane breathing atmosphere in your quarters. It is like, I can't say I'm used to the Eridani stink, but it's still closer to home than those monkeys out there.
Well, those monkeys are going to be what keeps you alive.
I've saved them as many times as they've saved me.
And it's called mutual respect for a reason.
He looks at you and he's like, all these years and you still won't give me a rematch. I think you're scared.
How's this? Whoever takes the most heads today will win. Once and for all.
It's a race. Deal.
Good.
So he twirls the sword and puts it back in, and he's like, you do know Gluck is gonna want in on this one.
Deal. But they have to pay to get in. They still owe me from the last time.
True. And he wheels and exits. Where are Thumper and Haas on board the ship?
Well.
Aren't you given a training session today?
Yeah, well, I was teaching young
Elvis.
here
My grand thump.
the ways of the wizard.
Elvis is holding the battery that you've instructed him to drain the energy, let it go through him and charge the battery again. And he's like, I don't understand the point of this. We already got battery rechargers. Why would I do this?
This is how you recharge your inner battery.
I just don't, just, Grandpappy, this just, and the battery just shatters.
He has great power.
I don't get it, but he got it.
He's got it. I believe in you, Elvis.
Well, everybody knows the story of Hoss the Chosen Bun. It is quite an honor. I mean, I don't know that you're just quite the father equal of my grandpappy, of course. I mean, them fine genetics and that
That's
shredded
true.
Fott physique.
Thumper is quite extraordinary.
I'm hoping maybe I can have a 9-pack like grandpappy, but also
64-pack.
You have arrived at the 64-pack.
I'm like graph paper with a face.
I can only hope to match your grandeur.
No, your power, Elvis. It lies in your mind.
You hear, Daddy.
Relax for a second. Stop.
Thumper Jr. comes in and puts her hands over both of Elvis's ears, and she's like, "Are y'all filling his head with foolishness again? It's the way to make it through this galaxy.
He's chosen.
Junior, this is the future for our kind.
It's just, I don't know that either of you are the future of our kind. I mean, like, Daddy, with respect, you are a product of just millions of dollars of engineering, and that Haas, I am still not too sure.
I can hear you.
That's another level. It's power you can't buy. It has to be learned.
And Elvis shake like, Mammy, you're gonna see. I will have a 65-pack, and I also will be able to charge any batteries in the galaxy. And she's like, why would you teach the boy to charge batteries? I don't.
You got to start with the basics first,
but
and then you'll fold space and time.
I'll leave it to the expert.
I learned from the melon heads. They taught me, and I'm teaching him.
I am not too sure about them melon heads. And when she says this, you hear, me love melon heads. You grab your squash and then like,
Oh, he's my favorite.
and
Why can't you have power?
Not gonna lie, a top ranking
your old friend
crew member
Gluck,
for me as well.
He's my...
the Ram Python, who again you met in a bar in times long past, comes walking in with a huge crate on his shoulder, and he's like, Gluck got lot power. Let me carry this thing like it don't weigh nothing. Boom! And Elvis scrambles out of the way before the crate hits the ground.
Watch out.
Great instincts, great instincts.
Oh man, me squish another baby rabbit. I saw this.
Another?
What? Can I make an aggression? The potential crushing of one of my grandchildren?
You're like, no, man, they just so little, they just everywhere.
Gluck, I know that you misspoke, and that you would never, ever have crushed one of my grandbuns.
When you say this in the veins are popping, he very slowly looks at the crate and pushes it so he lifts the side and goes, no. Lowers it very slowly.
Private Gluck, you are to maintain a 10-foot perimeter from any grandbuns.
They would be able to go anywhere.
Do you copy?
Yeah, I know that true use severely limiting my ability to navigate the ship now.
If a grandbun's coming down the corridor, you wait. You go inside a side cabinet. You fracking wait.
He's like, can me like swing me tail around me?
No,
And he does
that
like
is exactly what I do
swish-
not want from you. Can you talk to him? I'm getting through. I
feel like it's your time to shine right now.
No, I'm gonna mess him up, and that's not good. Mess him around.
Elvis, like, show that dirty lizard who's
Elvis, now calm down. We're not supposed to.
And
Everybody get along.
when Elvis said, you do see this like electricity built up around his eyes. He's like, no, show him who's boss! And then, like a little zap comes out and zaps Gluck. He's like,
Oh,
That's
Elvis!
one. You did it, Hoss. You're awakening his powers.
He's amazing. Elvis, you're gonna be a chosen one in no time.
He's like, okay, I'm just gonna be not here right now. I mean, okay.
Skedaddle.
It's a good time to make my chunga offering to your gods.
I believe that you should.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to make sure that clear the deck. Clear the deck.
It's like, yeah,
Show me in the comments.
74 hours.
Warn the buns a little. It's like point blank, they might get blinded. I don't know.
Get into your ab suit.
Glitch.
Elvis, watch your eyes.
Where is Glitch on board the ship during all this?
I'm cooking
What's Glitch making?
lasagna.
You have a row
Carrot
of
cake
little
would be
buns
better.
that are along the the counter. Some of them are sort of like up in the ceiling. They've like moved panels where there's like
So some of the older buns are prep cook buns, the ones who are cleared to handle sharps, not by him. I tried just using his clearance. It wasn't enough. It wasn't enough clearance. They were not ready for sharps. But some of them now actually are, and they are prepping some of the things that are going into the lasagna. But I also have some of the prep that is getting pushed out to the side, definitely out of my eye line as I definitely turn and do other things, and it's gone!
oh yeah, we like some of us spilled it. Like, no, we're sorry. We powerful sorry.
Oh goodness! Oh, don't worry. I'm sure it must have been the ship.
One of the older ones is like, Glitch, it is mighty kind of you to make these custom lasagnas for all these different people. We got our Fott earthworm lasagna. Eridani, they got like rocks in it or some nonsense. I don't know what they eat. And them Orions, they like they just want like tomato and beef in it. Like what kind of creatures eat beef?
Orions, right? A lot of different kind of people who eat a lot of different kind of things, but as long as the Fentari on the ship don't eat us, then we're good.
Is it true that on Earth they used to eat rabbits?
You know, it is a wonderful thing that species evolve over time beyond the barbaric practices of their history.
And that is why rabbits have achieved superiority as the Fott. That's what my grandpappy told me. That's why. It's because they used to get eaten. And then that's why Uncle Ernie chose us, the humblest and meekest of creatures, to rise up as the chosen buds.
Preach.
You know, we are... I'm going to talk to your grandpappy about Fott superiority.
Well, yeah, you should talk to my grandpappy about Fott supremacy, yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
No, because
for right now, if I don't see those diced tomatoes in those 3 pans in the next 2 minutes, it's going to be a much more serious conversation with your grandpappy.
Well, we wouldn't want you to get hurt by our grandpappy, so yeah, we gonna work real hard. And they do go to work.
They do, and Glitch just smiles for a little bit, and there's just a little bit of static over their knuckles.
And
I'm okay.
The nearest one gets a little, which they're all used to now. They're like, oh, get fluffy. It's okay, we're good.
And I oversee the cooking.
While they are cooking, and the Orions are here in the 3D bay discussing the relative merits of the printout, you hear them, boom. you would have been able to program the autopilot to talk however you like, Sketch. What would your autopilot sound like?
It's like a what do I want to make B-Dave sound?
But say it's real. We're about to find out, y'all.
Werner Herzog.
No.
If you
Yeah,
have that now.
Right, because it's a German name too.
I would love a lady German.
Excuse me. It's space German.
German.
Yeah. Apologies, mein Captain. We are approaching our destinations.
That's amazing. All right, I'll go up to the cockpit, but I don't know if I have enough. I feel like there's way more buns here now than there were when we started, and they just keep.
You know, we started with 2, and I
Yeah,
hear that
I
is
don't
all
think
it
that's
takes.
correct.
And then they just keep multiplying.
Anything,
Does
there
it
needs
just?
to be more
It
buns.
doesn't make sense though.
I know,
Anyway.
we started with 2 dudes. It didn't make sense to me either, but you know,
So-
somehow they need it.
So I grab a bag of action figures, and as I walk up to the front, every time I see a little bun, I hand them one.
They are all overjoyed. Yes.
To print so many of these now. Stop making children.
Hey,
The weird thing is they're attacking each other like, oh,
they're like, I'm better now. I'm better. Yeah.
These are my grandbuns. I am not responsible for their production directly.
You do have the ring. What readout does your ring give you?
Well, the watch is for offspring, and the ring is for marriages.
So no grand spring numbers.
Well, let's innovate. We got a 3D printer. Let's make one of those.
Like a necklace for Grand Spring?
Yeah, for
Maybe a
Grand
brooch?
Spring.
It's just a rotating die. That's all it is.
It gets longer and longer.
Oh,
as it
spinner
gets
ring.
Yeah, it's starting to look like
well,
a
actually,
Kuma, all these beads.
after the recent encounters with the Nids on those planets, my offspring counter is down to 112.
That is significant losses.
Yeah, and my relationships counter is at this point. Some of them came back as I gained rank, but many were killed in those incursions, and that's probably down to like about a 46.
Only 46 now.
Yeah.
I imagine
Yeah,
that marriage
pump those
ceremony,
numbers
and
up.
it's like, do you? Yes. Do you? Yes. Bing.
You do.
You have to remember to turn your silencer off.
You did. Right.
Jump over the rope.
Fott marriage is a speedy affair.
It's true. Uncle Ernie has commanded we be fruitful and multiply. Again, for people not completely familiar with this, Uncle Ernie is one of the main scourges of this universe. He's the Joker multiplied by Lex Luthor,
He's our Lord and
multiplied by
Savior.
Dr. Doom, and he created the Fott expressly to annoy the galaxy. They are very astonishingly good soldiers, but they are, in fact, redneck rabbits that breed like rabbits.
Although the horrors of war have changed some of my opinion on Uncle Ernie and our experiences on that planet.
That is true.
So now I think there may be a new way that's necessary for the Fott, independent of Uncle Ernie, under new leadership.
Although,
And when we kill him, you can let everyone know.
to be clear, Uncle Ernie did not create the Arachnids. They are their own race. He just deeply respects the Arachnids. He likes the fact that they're trying to destroy the Alliance.
But I have a problem with that. Now that I have seen the terror that is their menace.
Yes, you
But
have
aren't-
suffered greatly
aren't
at the
we
hands of
Gonna
Arachnids.
destroy the Alliance as well.
Are we?
I thought that's what was the plan.
I forgot.
So up in the cockpit,
Yes.
all of the chairs are black leather, except for my chair, which is red leather with flames on the side. That are also leather flames.
Not real
Red,
flames.
yes.
Leather.
Not red
Yeah.
flames, they're leather flames.
Leather.
Red leather, flame leather.
Yeah.
It's a Folsom Street chair.
And it's mine is a heated seat and it has a little massagers.
favorite.
Like I said,
Yeah,
Folsom
of course, of course.
You all have
Is it called
been-
Daddy? That chair?
No, it's called mommy,
Mommy dearest.
Oh,
and
Okay.
it's got massagers in all the right places.
you gotta try that chair.
It's a different
Do
very-
not go near my chair.
She says that, but I think that's a yes.
You come to your chair and there's just fur. You're like, son of a bitch.
Who sat here? Not me.
There is black fur on my red leather chair.
It's probably one of his little grandbuns.
If only we had a DNA analyzer on our ship.
That doesn't
you
seem like a
all-
good use of our resources.
I don't
you
think that's
all
wise.
make your way to the bridge as you are approaching the rendezvous with the Alliance flagship for this sector, which is unusual, but you are all together now.
Lasagnas. Eat.
Anybody have any idea what this meeting's about?
Oh. Thank you, Glitch.
Welcome.
No. I just assumed they want us to blow something else up.
Yeah.
That's about what we're hired for, mostly.
Yeah, I wasn't really briefed on anything, so.
I mean, blowing things up is within my realm of expertise, so I'm good.
I'm sure if they're calling all of us in, though, it's, something rather big that we need to blow up.
Or a
That
lot
sounds
of things.
exciting.
Yes. Multiple, lots of things.
Or maybe they just were worried about us and wanted to see how we're doing.
I really
check
doubt
in.
that's it. I don't know if it's just a
I like that you see the good in people, Hoss, but your enlightenment is it's unenlightened.
That'd be a lot of fuel.
The command ship in this sector is the Trenton, by the way, which Ace and Tark, you all have been aboard. This would be they would be over this entire quadrant, and you are all over the sector. So this would be your boss's command ship. This ship is the supreme power in the area, which has several support craft and things, of course, and it's essentially a city that can fly through space.
I'd like to do a brief scan just to see who all we've got. If there's other ships, other people coming in or anything like that. Anyone else they've called to the meeting, as it were.
Okay, you can make such a scan.
I can. It's true.
Ace, you notice that when Thumper walks in, again, Thumper has changed significantly since the last time you saw him.
Getting more work done.
No, I just, I got that regeneration thing, and,
And you got taller.
Well, I really hope that they're sending us to blow stuff up instead of, busting us for fire codes of having so many bunnies on here.
Oh, yeah, me too. I hadn't thought of that.
No, we know you hadn't thought of that. That was very clear. How many do we have now on the ship?
There's only 7 grand buns on board.
And how many buns?
Oh, well, I know there's Junior and her wife. I can never remember her name. And then, yeah, and also I think some of the buns that are on board, and the adult buns are only my adopted kids. So let's say 3, I think.
Okay.
Total of 3 adults plus us 2, so that's 5 Fotts on board.
I did see another 4 little grand buns.
No, those are the part of the 7 I was counting.
Now for their own
Look, it
safety.
says right here.
What
going
about
to have to
the
take account
great
of them at some
grand
point.
buns?
Oh, that's the 7. Oh no, the great grand buns? Those babies are too young to be having babies.
You don't know that.
Give them a few years.
The baby's too
You're
young
going
to
to
have
have
them.
to count them all up at some
Can
point, though, for medical records, in case anything had like sign-ins at places, so that the fire department knows how many people are in the building in case of emergency, kind of thing.
That sounds like a lot of paperwork.
Probably.
Did you ever watch an old Earth show? God, I can't remember the name of the show, but they had the same problem with. I think they were
Star
called-
Trucks.
I think they're tribbles. Is
Yeah,
what-
Star Trucks.
Yeah. That's what it feels like having all your buns on this ship right now.
I would say over these years, you all have probably been subjected to a lot of old Earth holovids that Sketch and Ace just insisted you watch.
Are you talking about that little round ball of fluff?
Yes.
They keep
Don't know
insisting
what
that
you're
they're
talking
the
about.
good parts of human culture, and they're not.
I like them.
The
vintage
80s is
80s
not where they
trappies.
kept the good culture.
I named some of my grand buns Chuck and Norris after some of the fine hero of some of those
Trimids.
I'd like to see what they do
Especially
against my Bruce and
when he
Lee.
throws a mean kick, Granddaddy. That is why they...
Roundhouse. That's what he says. You gotta say it right before you do it. They know it's coming, but they can't do
That
nothing.
makes it stronger.
That being said, so we are about 6 things more than are meant to be on the ship right now.
Well, they're small, and we can just not feed them as much.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Great.
Are we counting that for size? I mean, maybe like 3 of the actual little ones
not
count
up in
for
my
only
gallery.
one. That's true.
That's true. They're very small, but still very annoying.
Precocious is the word that I've heard.
Can I dimensionally?
I'm also- I
can I
rolled
be aware of
154
fifth dimensional beings? I'd like to use my mind powers.
You're just
Sure.
spending points on that right now.
Are there any beings around? Should I roll for
I
it?
mean, yeah, roll.
I got 154 under on the sensor check.
There is
Nice.
significant massing of
I win.
forces here.
Demons.
Like a
Where are
lot.
the demons?
Several ships. You can tell ships from like several
62,
light years
69.
away are all
Gets even
massing.
better.
That's why I said nice.
So we're not the only ones they've called here. It seems there are quite a few folks in from all over the galaxy. This meeting is going to be about something very big, I think.
I have a 69, both in my personal life and in the role.
That's
what
the
is- what is that-
spirit.
What is that relative to your skill, though?
It wins.
Okay.
So,
And how you sense fifth dimensional beings in what proximity?
Locally.
I mean,
Fifth
ironically, they're fifth dimensionally. Like, I mean,
Right, so orthogonal
it says
to
if you can,
geospatial.
just fifth dimensional beings that are getting ready to attack in the MC's dimension.
Which one is it?
but is that are
Okay.
getting ready to, like, specifically, it says that are getting ready to attack?
Range
it just says-
none.
Yeah, I think you're seeing the fifth dimension basically to see if there's any creatures in it.
So, but
Not saying.
would you see beyond the ship though, or
But
are
the
you just
creatures-
looking in the ship for?
Yeah,
fifth-
well, beyond the ship. It'd be in the fifth dimension is how they're explaining it.
I
But
mean,
it's also-
again, I realize we're using three-dimensional descriptions of fifth-dimensional beings, but I mean, it still has to be local to here. Otherwise, yes, of course, there's things in the fifth dimension. Like, but I mean, relative to
It's like, I think it's like
they're
dangerous
really
creatures
big
that are
against
like
the age of
Contained,
Aquarius.
phased.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
they within a narratively relevant location
In
in the fifth dimension?
It is the age of Aquarius in the fifth dimension. I will have you know.
I am ecstatic.
You do detect fifth-dimensional beings on board the Trenton.
On the Trenton, they know that I'm looking at them, by the way, too,
Mhm.
because apparently they can see.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they knew in advance, but yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they know
Well,
the chosen
shit.
one's coming.
On the
Mhm.
what? On the
The ship you were going to, the sector command ship is the Trenton.
Do they know that?
Does who know that?
Did the ship know that? They have fifth dimensional beings. Is that something we know?
I mean, you're not on board the ship to ask them. Do you want a radio?
Yeah, we want to calm the
Yes. So we'll calm and let them know we're here. Yeah. Check in. Request boarding.
I sense some beings of the fifth dimension kind.
I'm not going to
on
mention
their-
that. I'm not
on
going
their
to.
ship.
I'm not going to
You
mention
might
that.
want to. Maybe it's dangerous. You don't know.
Maybe we shouldn't calm that though.
I think calling them's a lot better than going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just reach out. Check in.
Hey, we're here.
Hello.
Jared's Javelin, you are clear to dock in Landing Bay 7.
Okay.
Are you aware that you have extra dimensional, fifth dimensional beings aboard your ship?
Excuse me.
Please say yes.
Excuse me is usually not a good response, guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that just like
That's
Misaka's?
you have but you know I have a friend
Are they
here
in the
who
fifth
knows
dimension?
more about what that means.
But,
Haas,
No, they got.
Excuse me, are you speaking Orion?
I
yeah.
forgot about that.
Yeah. So I have a translator piece so I can hear you, but I can't speak it back to you. So sorry.
I will translate. So, can we speak to your commanding officer, please?
About? No, you're cleared to dock. I don't.
I know. We'd like to speak with your commanding officer, please.
Not the dangerous.
Yes. This is Sergeant Thack of the Trenton.
Sergeant Thack.
Yes.
Are you also?
That's a name.
Oh.
Thack.
Yeah, I got it from my mother.
Oh.
How can I be of some assistance?
Got it from my mama.
Oh, Sketch. Yes, you're cleared to dock in Landing Bay 7.
Thank you, Thack.
Well, that's cool.
We just wanted to, before we dock, just wanted to make you aware that you've got fifth dimensional beings on your ship, and see if that's something you were aware of, or if we should be concerned about that.
No one cares, man.
How did you come about this information?
Carefully.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't broadcast that on the open channel.
See? Yes, okay.
Well,
Well, Doc, I will say my channels are all secured.
I thought that too, to be honest. Yeah, unsecured channels here.
Yeah, great. Do you all need anything when you dock? I believe we will be.
I would love a white wine spritzer upon arrival.
That is not what I. No, I think we could probably make that happen for you. Yes.
Also, if you could have just a crowd of people cheer when we exit the ship, that would be amazing. I have action figures for all of them.
Yes.
See you shortly.
Make a small parade for us.
Will you need a translator for? And then goes off.
You forgot to
Can
tell
you
them
make-
about my green M&Ms.
Can
Oh,
you
no, I
make
sent
a
that
float
ahead.
made out
Oh.
of roses?
You said the writer.
Make sure they read them.
one Bart
Right, we set
Simpson
the rider
photo.
ahead. The green M&Ms was on there.
As
Number one on the list.
you all come out of faster than light travel, and you see the Trenton, and you can see with your own eyes, it is a gargantuan marvel of Alliance engineering. It is equal part exploration and platform of war. It is equipped with cannons more than capable of obliterating the cities off of entire planets. It has enough room for several wings of fighter escorts. To use the Earth parlance, it is the battleship that is the central piece of the war effort that the other Alliance ships support.
The big boy.
It
Think
is.
you could fly one of these?
Yes, I know I could. Yes,
Oh.
for sure.
I would love to see that.
I can fly anything.
It would be a dream.
One day.
Sketch. It would be a dream. Although a ship of this size usually has a crew of several pilots that are maintaining it. But you're pretty sure.
She has 14 fingers.
You think you can pull off the sketch maneuver in this? You're like, I think I could. No, like you like lean it and yeah.
I could pull off so many maneuvers in that ship.
And again, all manner of Alliance vessel is around, and again, what your sensors indicated to you are now borne out with your eyes. Again, there are Eridani fighters of various sizes, from frigates to corsairs. There are the Orion ships tend to be smaller and more fighter size. For the most part, your people didn't dive too terribly deeply into spacecraft. Again, your race had developed faster than light, so it's true. But warships generally are kind of the providence of the Eridani and the Mutsakans, and other cultures kind of like just contribute their technology and manpower. But
It's
again,
not the size, it's how you use it.
it's also size. Yeah, I said what I said, Internet. So, again, this is a significant massing of force. So much so, that just the sheer fact that so many vessels are here means a lot of places are currently undefended if they're all here. So the planets that they're supposed to be keeping an eye on are the places where they're serving an interdictory function are not happening now. Everyone's here.
Probably just a big potluck. That's what we're getting around for.
Well, the good news is I don't think we're breaking fighter code.
Let me get some buns on that ship.
That wasn't like a challenge. That wasn't.
It's out of my hands now.
Can
Already-
you two
already
be the
beginning.
only Fott that leave the ship, though? Because I don't want to infest another ship.
Infest?
When you say that, you hear, "Oh
But
no,
to be
come
fair,
on!"
Wait, this could be our chance, because then we
You're
could leave them
due.
here,
We're
and this
due.
ship is so big that they probably
We
wouldn't
have
even
room
know.
to stretch their legs.
A very small little Fott girl scrambles out from underneath your chair.
Oh,
Stretch. And it's like,
ah,
yeah, we'd love to get in there and stretch our ears.
Oh, Betty.
Yeah. Hey, Grandpappy, how you think? Grandpappy, you are looking shredded.
I
know.
Their safety is important, and they may be safer on that ship than on wherever we're about to go.
Well, hold on 1 second. We ain't yelling. We ain't afraid to stay aboard this here Javelin.
No, but you could do so much more for the cause on the other ship.
I've actually got them all on work duty on bugs.
Granddaddy, we could go in there and start preaching the gospel.
Let's hold off on that.
Well,
This may be a very dangerous deployment.
maybe
that
let's
you are
leave
not
it up to
qualified
debate.
for.
Leave it up to debate, maybe. You have to preach the gospel of me.
Well, I'm gonna go round up the others, tell them to like pack their action figures and such. No, we really appreciate the 3rd edition. Those were the articulation of the fingers.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We all were powerfully moved by those, ma'am.
Oh, yeah, and it has the hover boots that I have now. So, yeah, that's the upgrade.
Those are X. No, I'm gonna round up the others. I'm gonna tell them to pack up.
Well, when I am off the vehicle, your mamas are your commanding officer, so you pay attention to them.
How many mamas?
If you want to get on the loudspeaker and start preaching the gospel, no one will stop you, by the way.
On the trip?
Yeah.
That's my job.
Sir, yes, sir.
That's extremely good.
Thus spaketh the chosen bun.
Oh, but
I can't
time.
I can't go against your word, Hoss. You're right.
I just as
can't.
we file out, I just want to comms transmission switch off.
Padlock. Yeah, like
Child lock.
child lock comms.
Yeah, they've got
keeps spinning.
They've got like a little play school version of a comm system.
Right, it's like when they have the little steering wheel in the back of the car.
At this point, my my mobile battle armor has walked up my suit to come join me. Walk behind me when I join the ship. But I open up the helmet on it and pull out a grand bun and say, "Get out of here!" I close it. But it's going to follow me for our meeting.
My last deployment while I was in deployment.
Yeah, in free fall, a little white
Get
face.
everywhere.
Like, where are we going? Woo! Yeah, well, you're. Yeah, right.
Only 7, huh?
They're everywhere.
That's one of the 7. Seventh son of a 7th son.
As you all
I'm
are
starting to
heading,
think he can't count.
I know when the little ammo indicator has lots of green bars versus no green bars. That's all you need to know.
So what's on the ship?
As you all are heading towards the ramp to exit, the computer comes on. It's like, should I initiate lockdown, Mom?
Where's the computer from now?
Space.
It's a spaceship. It travels.
Mm-hmm.
Different voices. Yes. Lock down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or don't.
Mm-hmm.
If things get out of the ship, that's fine, but no one comes in.
Except us.
Well, no, because but just yes, obviously. Until we come back and I unlock
You never
them.
know with AI. You gotta be specific.
My AI is very good.
Yeah. I am quite late. Yes, understood.
It's humble.
Thank you, JJ.
As you all come down the ramp, you enter into a bay and you see magnificent engines of war. You see crawlers in ultra armor that is absolutely polished in showroom new. Anything that you could dream of.
That's a scorpion leopard.
You're all there standing, and you can see that they are being prepared for deployment.
So I don't think we brought quite as fancy a dish to the potluck.
Our dish is fine.
Well, I got better than any of these.
It's true. You look amazing.
Hell, even Tark's mech is better than these.
Well, that is what this is. As you look, you're like, wait a second. That's mine. That is it. Your mech is standing in the bay of this ship.
Oh,
shit.
Bugs? Not
Yep.
tarantula?
Yep.
Hingy Butte.
I know you're
This
all
stuff is
like,
garbage. Wait,
I
this is
made
mine?
much bet. Wait a second. I know those mud flaps anywhere. That is mine. Yeah.
It's like
no one else would put truck nuts on an Ultra armor.
hmm Again, your stump, Ace. It is a stump that you use, isn't it?
if you got the same one as me, then yes.
Yes.
I don't know. Again, I might be using the wrong name. In which case, if so, that is my fault. But yes, it is you all's equipment, except for the goblin. The goblin is safely stored on board the JJ, but she doesn't have room to travel with the other things. But all of your powered armor is standing in the bay here, like being prepped for deployment, which is not something you asked for or gave permission for. And again, you are sure it is yours. It is not just another tarantula. Like, the notches that you have carved in the side of it with your own knife, like it's all there.
It's got them pink racing stripes that Junior likes.
That's where the speed comes from.
I'm not entirely comfortable with the presumption here.
I mean, it's our job. It's what we do.
Orders are kind of orders.
It's pretty
I mean,
standard now.
I'm glad you understand that orders are orders. And you hear a voice, a familiar voice, echoing out through the bay. And you all see a woman that you have encountered many times over the years come walking up towards you. It is Joanna Steele, but she is in her full officer's regalia.
I wink and give finger guns.
I think
she just gives
I
you
wink and give her the
tiniest
finger.
wink.
Oh, hey, boss lady.
When you wink and give her the finger, she gives a finger gun, and the gun jumps out to her hand again, and she just points it at you.
Hey, we're all friends here.
Yeah.
Just calm down.
Yeah.
This is how I say I love you in my language.
She's like, this is how I say I love you in mine.
Oh, well, now I love you.
She,
Every time she gets cooler.
yeah, it does like slide back away. And she's all, I would say thank you for coming, but you had to, so I will say thank you for coming so quickly.
God damn it.
I hear that a lot.
I do that. Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. It happens. It's okay. It's common.
It's efficient.
Never
It's
change,
efficient.
bitch.
How you
Never
reproduce?
change.
Never will.
Yeah. Yeah, like general.
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 She's like, I am a quadrant commander.
I forget.
Oh, no, I was nodding at the Fotts.
Yes.
We are generally
Sector
thoughts.
commander.
We're
Sector commander. Because it's here. It's time.
Time for what?
I won't call it the final battle because I don't think there ever is one, but something pivotal is about to happen.
Oh.
And
Pivotal what?
we need your help. So come with me, please. This is probably not the right place to discuss it. And she leads you all through the cavernous ship, which again is a hum of activity. You see plainclothes officers that are running around making modifications to things and performing repairs. You see fully armored infantry soldiers that are walking around with the same heavy armor that you normally would be wearing.
I occasionally
The
hand
one that's
out...
following me right now?
Yeah.
I occasionally
Right.
hand out action figures and wink at those that are particularly attractive.
About 50% of them, or most of them, are just kind of like, thanks. But a few of them, you see that they know you in their eyes. They're like, as you give them action figures.
Swag.
And you are all led to a room that opens up, and inside there is a glowing purple orb that is rotating.
What is that?
You have never seen such a thing. And Joanna motions for you all to enter.
Glowing purple. Is it... Can we touch it?
Do you try and touch it?
No, I just
Nope.
want to know if we can
No.
touch it. If we can.
I mean,
Is there anything around it?
No, it is like it is. There is nothing visible stopping you from touching it.
Okay.
Nor a sign that says do not touch.
I'm going to walk up to it and just go...
When you do, it ripples slightly, and you do hear someone say, interesting. I've never encountered that reaction before."
Who says that?
From the other side of the orb, you see a small, even small for a Mutsakin, come floating out. It seems like you don't even see by their manner of propulsion because you can't see their feet. They're just wearing a long robe. And most smooth sockins are sort of a lightish blue. This one is very dark to like navy blue. And they come floating around and they stop and they look right at you and they're like, Haas.
Yes.
How did they know your name?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
I have been informed of some things that don't really make any logical sense.
Oh,
I've
well,
been
it's just
told-
because he has an overactive libido. That's all it is.
I don't know anything about it.
I'm now even more convinced that you cannot have the capacity for matrix generation that we have been told you do
No.
possess.
He does. He does.
Yeah.
However absurd it seems,
Or
he
scary.
does.
When did you get
It's
that?
a thing. Yeah, it is.
What's a matrix?
Oh.
Are you talking about the magics?
Oh, the magics? You've been done having the magics.
I'm a wizard.
Big magics.
I'm the chosen one.
For real.
Yeah.
Dr. Ace,
Yes.
in your examinations of Haas, does he exhibit any mutations or alterations in his DNA that would account for this?
Does he? He does not. He's just naturally gifted, I guess.
He, by every scan you've run, and over the years you've run several, he is just a normal Fott. But for some reason he can do these things.
Can't help it.
They call him the chosen bun.
Oh, I assure you, I will not be calling him that.
Yeah,
You
please
should
don't.
try it.
You're lost.
It's interesting that you would say you're lost, because that is actually why we have called you all here. And they
For
just
your
sort of
loss?
like, they turn and they look at the globe, and the globe changes, and it turns into a star map.
Oh, the purple thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I want one. I want one. I want one.
I am sure we may be able to have one installed upon Jared's javelin. Should we survive the day, of course.
Oh.
This game needs more robots. It's just stars.
It's not a game.
Yeah,
I
no.
thought
This
this
is
was-
war.
Joanna says, well, it is both war and a game. You are not wrong.
War.
See?
And she does sort of like look you up and down and like looks at your abs and just kind of goes. Then she goes, and the gun jumps in her hand. She goes,
I've been waiting for this. I got thermal plating for miles. Let's go.
and it goes back in. She's like, I got bigger bullets. But she's like, but it's you know, I read the reports of that thing that you did when you were running along the train. That was what made you think that you were going to kick the engine to shatter it?
It worked, didn't it?
I just wanted to know what your thought was. That was
I like to
Thought there was a
I like
thought.
to think outside the box.
just none in the Mutsakan Basilian, which you all would know is the supreme commander in the area, although you have never met her before now. Looks at you and says, non-linear vector-based cognition. Most impressive. Do you also possess an unusual affinity for matrix generation?
Do I have magic? No, I ain't got no magic.
But he real strong, though.
And I got this and a whole bunch of other toys. And I point back to my MBA that's following us.
She's like, oh, we are quite familiar with your inventory. Again, did you not notice it located in the landing bay?
Yeah,
I
how'd you
believe
do that?
Everyone's personal effects should have been represented. I do know.
My personal effects are all on the ship, so.
Well, the Javelin is known to be a wonderful reconnaissance vessel, but of course she lacks just the cargo hold for the beautiful weapons of mass destruction you all have accumulated. And Joanna does lean over to you and she's like, I like your sword.
That's what she said. That's what you said. You're her. Ooh, you're dirty.
She's like, hey, again, I still outrank you. A little further.
But hey, they can't understand.
The map of the stars illuminates, and you see kind of at the edges, one vanishes. And then another vanishes. And then another vanishes. And
Your
see
map's going out.
It's broken.
The purple
Mhm.
starts turning red. And a wave starts moving across. and another vanishes, and another vanishes, and another vanishes.
How many systems?
Is this live?
No, it is a simulation of the last 44 months. The truth is, the offensive with the Arachnids is not proceeding as effortlessly as has been communicated in the hollow bits. We found it was better for the average Alliance citizen to believe that we were fighting for them effortlessly, convincingly, and effectively at every turn.
So you lied.
We omitted negative details.
Isn't that lying?
I don't know the difference, but
I'm pretty
sounds
sure
like you did
that's
something bad.
lying.
Joanna turns and looks at you and she's like, well, I mean, do you think we need billions of sentients running around believing that their death is imminent just because it is?
I feel like that's fair.
You know, I feel like we're really not PR experts either way.
Well, I, for my part, would rather just beat these bastards and send them back into the depths of space where they came from.
Yeah, let's do that.
Well, and Basilian looks and is like, yes, that is why we have called you all here. Through our extensive calculations, we have discovered the ultimate Arachnids target is probably here. And she just turns her hand, and when she does, the map sort of like shifts slightly and zooms in on one of the systems.
I punch it.
Do you?
I run up and I punch it.
It just, you physically feel like it's almost like a putty. The times that you have stepped on dibs, and it feels just like that.
It's all gooey.
Yeah.
Get it,
Although,
Thumper?
when you pull your hand
Yes,
down.
it's a gooey.
Thumper, that's
That's
not
the
that-
point.
That's
Punch it
not
again,
that's
Thumper.
not the actual system, Thumper.
Punch it
That's-
again!
We're also supposed to be saving it, not punching it.
Oh.
Back off.
I thought that was their base.
No,
You said it was
no,
their base.
no.
Are they small
I
No.
did not say that.
and holographic?
That is also not what I said.
I believe
Also
they
not
are.
what it is if it feels like clay.
Good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to mess with your game.
Just,
Ace is just standing in the back giggling under her breath.
it's gotta get it. It's starting.
We should never have left the cabin.
Agreed.
How we've managed to get to our ranks is all I got.
Live.
But Basilian turns and looks at you and says, I also have a number of questions about that. However, up until now, your success has been undeniable.
Hey, if it works.
It works.
In Thumper's defense, I'm pretty sure he slept his way up.
Also, it has become clear to me, and she turns and looks at Joanna, that several unflattering aspects of your story have also been omitted.
I got none of that.
Yeah.
I think
Big
there's
words.
nothing
Listen to the big
unflattering about
words,
any of our
lady.
stories. We're
We're great people.
top
Joanna
notch
just goes,
history.
maybe on to the mission.
Oh, yeah. That's what we're here for.
And she just like look at you for a second and she's like,
I just think we have really good stories to tell. That's all.
she's like, no, tell those stories. Just don't tell all the stories.
Oh, don't be embarrassed, Joanna. You were great.
I have a feeling them too.
Is there any way I
Yes,
can...
they get with
I
everybody.
could just
They
go
have,
back,
they have
'cause this...
thumped with everybody.
Not with us.
No.
Ace.
Yeah.
And she does turn and she says to you in perfect Orion, remind Sketch that we don't talk about everything, please.
Yeah, subtlety's not exactly her strong suit.
I can hear you.
Yeah, she's right here. Just tell her.
No, they're speaking
It's
Orion
Orion.
now. Yeah, no, she.
Oh,
It's
what's
unless
she
you speak
saying?
Orion, you don't know what she's saying.
It sounds pretty.
I like it.
But I wonder what Orion would sound like, but that's neither here nor there.
It's perfect. It sounds perfect.
Again, it's like you've been speaking Gallifreyan this entire time. It's just that the nanites are translating. Basilian pulls up the map, and there is a centralized system that you see the red wave is heading towards. And she motions with her other hand, and you can see from this system beams go out in all directions. One lands on the Mutsakan homeworld. One lands on the Fintari homeworld. One lands on the Orion. Because According to our calculations, if the Aknor Ren were able to control this particular system here, it is known as a Trasimene. They would be able to launch easily offensives that could attack the heart of the Alliance. They would be able to attack with a speed and ferocity that we would not be able to prepare for or defend. So, according to all of our simulations, the place we must stop them is there. There is one small complication.
Oh, just one.
Then we're in very good shape.
Joanna goes, and this time she physically touches some buttons on a data pad, and a planet comes up that is absolutely surrounded by gargantuan ships, nearly the equal of this one.
Oh.
They are horrifying. Again, you faced the Arachnid warriors some years ago, and in your adventures, you've come across the odd creature that had been spawned somewhere from in the depths of their empire, but you have never seen anything like this. They look as much grown as engineered, but even to your eyes, the fact that they are covered in barrels and spikes and weaponry is immediately obvious.
They're scary and lumpy.
Well, I think we're a little bit better engineered than them, but yeah,
Do they have any weaknesses?
quite terrifying.
That is a discussion, a matter of some discussion in the Council of the Mutsakans. As of yet, we have not found a universally exploitable weakness beyond brute force.
That always works.
I like the sound of that.
Surefire method.
Unfortunately, in the 17 million simulations that we ran, a direct confrontation only resulted in success roughly 3.7% of the time.
Not good odds.
And were we to lose the Trenton, we would probably lose the sector. If we were to lose the sector, we would lose everything. And you notice she still seems like oddly pleasant to be able to be like, yeah, we're very much losing.
Oh, yeah, what else do you know at this point?
The giggles are spreading.
That always creeps me out.
I kind of like it. Yeah, bring some levity to this briefing.
While she's laughing, Ace walks over and slips a note to her superior.
Mm-hmm. She does take it and she reads it. What does it say?
Oh, it's just a love note.
Joanna just sort of reads it for a second and her eyes get wide and then smaller and she tucks it away. And in the Eridani sign language, which she is by no means fluent, being restricted to only having 10 fingers. Orion, sorry. The Eridani sign language is
much more vital.
We're also missing an additional finger, just saying. We only got 4, so...
Eridani sign language is covered by the hand-to-hand stat.
Exactly. In the Orion sign language. You
Punch
think
language.
she's trying to tell you later, but she very much like... you know, and you're like...
That's not what you think it is.
I just...
Yeah,
no need to make her self-conscious.
All right, so we clearly don't have the firepower to directly go against these. What is your projected plan for this, then?
When you say, what is your projected plan for this, you all feel just a weight, a gravity in this room. It is almost nausea-inducing as you almost feel like you're inside of yourself and outside of yourself at the same time. Like you vaguely see yourself entering the room and yet you also see yourself leaving. You see like the map is changing and not changing and everything. And you see a form coalesces that looks, again, like a Mutsakan, but it is like outlined in a gold and blue light that sort of scintillate back and forth. And when it speaks, it seems like it's coming from everywhere at once.
It's that fifth dimensional being I warned you about.
I thought it was something in the lasagna.
That lasagna was perfect.
It was delicious, but I mean, I'm tripping balls, obviously.
You all hear, and it sounds like very, very calm, despite this like huge elaborate distortion. Is it true that you are capable of artificially manufacturing wormholes?
Oh, you talking to me? Yes, I can do that. You talking about the hole in space and time and such? Done that a few times. Took a trip to the Delphix 9.
Oh, back home.
Not too long ago, actually.
You should have told me. I would have gone.
I was gonna tell you, but it was in my sleep. I did it unconsciously.
Ow. I still feel kind of left out.
That was a matter of some consternation amongst those of us that have transcended. You must understand. Actually, you may not understand.
No, I understand everything.
That
I don't think that's true.
That's
poking
100% accurate.
holes through space and time is no small thing. It has rippling effects, and when it says rippling effects, literally in the room, all of you like see everything around you sort of waves.
What was that?
Tripping balls again.
No, it is incredibly unpleasant for everyone.
Is anyone else noxious?
I'd like to start vomiting.
Fritz.
I'd like to stop.
You are plugged in enough, like you can kind of like breathe into it, but everyone else is sort of like.
I've done this before.
It looks around and is like, apologies, sentience. I understand my presence is disturbing to your biological systems. I once possessed them as well.
It's definitely a new feeling, which is nice occasionally.
Oh, hate it.
It turns and looks at Basilian, who you notice is standing there completely with her eyes closed while all this is happening. And it looks at her and it says something in Mutsaken, which...
Alliance, 95% chance.
That is true. Ace, you understand that does anyone else have translators? Yeah. Anyone with a translator or who happens to speak Mutsaken, what she says to her is, if the creature can do it, there may be hope. And then it is gone. And everything, all of reality kind of goes like, and so like,
that was fun.
Yeah.
Which creature?
Even Joanna like kind of like idly puts a hand on your shoulder and she's like, that never gets easier. That never gets easier.
There needs to be a safe word for that.
They wouldn't care.
I think it's Melonhead.
I touch an
do you
object
really
to
say it's
ground myself
Melonhead?
and the biggest
Yeah.
fucking spark flies
I
out.
say that.
But when you say Melonhead, Basilin turns and looks at you, and for the first time, that like peaceful demeanor, you see like the faintest crack in it, where she's like,
I didn't mean
Excuse
it.
you?
Maybe
That's what you call the unsafe word.
I meant all-powerful melon.
It's a danger zone.
Maybe just stop.
yes, maybe don't try and make it better. If you are capable of generating this effect for what we must insist should be the last time without our express permission, it may be possible to open a small enough portal for the javelin to reach the planet. If so, you all may find a way to open a hole in the blockade that will allow the rest of us to proceed through.
Is this a suicide mission?
Only if you lose.
No.
Is it higher than a 3.7% chance?
Yes.
Currently the best thing we got.
I'll take those odds.
So you want us to go alone?
Together.
Just
Alone
us?
together.
None of the other ships.
They would all break our stealth. That's our tactical advantage, that we're real hard to track as long as we keep our stealth systems up, and if they spot us, we have good ECM.
Stealth systems won't destroy those ships.
And Joanna speaks up and says, word is, you are the finest ship and the finest crew in the quadrant.
Well.
Isn't that
I like that word.
true,
like
Sketch,
that
or
too.
are you telling me
We are
that
the
you're not up
finest.
to it? And she does very much like turn and like
Sketch is the best captain in the sky.
Sketch, what if
I
you
didn't ask you.
Thumper
what
has
if you
been pretty
could get
good.
us close enough that a few of us could get on their ship.
I can get you as close as you want,
Joanna's
but
like,
you're not gonna have your mechs.
Oh, that would be concerning.
Did you think you were gonna fly your mech from the Javelin?
I don't know how we're gonna do it. I thought we were gonna have them at least.
If we can break in the blockade, they can bring the other ships in, which have our mechs. So step 1, break the blockade. Step 2, get our mechs.
Yeah.
Joanna says, unless
more
you've got
tasking.
some weird space-time foldy thing where you can put 70 tons of mechs in 10 tons of cargo space.
Do you have that? Do you have that?
I might have something like that.
Would you trust him to do it?
No. Not with. I paid so much for that armor.
I'm very powerful, Glitch. I'm a little offended.
I know how
You don't
powers go
trust in
weird
me.
sometimes.
Basilian looks at you and says, it is as much artistry as power.
Yes, I'm quite the artist. You should look at some of my paintings. I want to pick up just one that I have just in my right here, and it looks like a 3-year-old drew it.
I'm pretty sure that's crayon and not paint.
Yeah,
I told him he should have made the boobs bigger.
So we're fine.
But there's
Have
6
it.
of them like a row of teats.
It's
Yeah.
definitely it's a 5.
I think the boobs are perfect on that. They're great.
Okay, so if you can get us close enough, some of us can get onto their ship and we can turn their ship against them.
All right.
That would allow us to break the blockade.
That's fine.
How much is 125 cubic meters?
I mean, if we could
Not
get
tons.
on one of those.
It's like how small is that? It's like a
We can turn the
10 by 10
guns.
room. Not
This
10 by
is
10,
what we
but-
can do.
I can take over their computer system.
Okay,
If we can get on.
about.
If
We could get to the IFF system and then use that to
I do
spoof
not have it.
their own signals for our ships.
Basilian says, we have been working on cracking into Arachnid computer systems. We might be able to lend you some aid that would help you crack in and do as you have suggested. I must admit to you, it is experimental, but the simulations are very promising.
works for me. I like experimental.
When Joanna's like, kind of like squints for a second, but Basilian seems like she really has no idea what you're talking about. It's like, at the Academy of Sciences, we often experiment with a number of things. We run simulations into the tens of millions.
I don't think she gets
No, I think that's exactly what we were talking about. Yep.
So, for my benefit, to clarify the mission parameters, we go in our ship, the Javelin, right? And then we commandeer the biggest, gnarliest of the enemy ships we can to cause confusion.
And then we tap in with Sketch's computer skills, and we leave the ship, and we use that ship remotely to take out the others, or at least cause a big enough distraction to break the blockade to allow us to get through.
And that's when you do your magic.
Oh, I like that.
Well, to use your rudimentary parlance, you would use your magic to jump the Javelin into the system to be able to do this in the first place.
I am a powerful wizard.
If you simply approach faster than light, you will surely be detected and destroyed.
Okay.
Surely.
Also, I could probably take like 2 mechs
Well,
in my dimensional
the
box.
simulations we ran gave you a statistical success rate of surely destroyed by a direct approach.
We put a lot of money into those mechs, and I'm worried about them getting lost to space and time.
Thumper! you
put a lot of money
don't
in
trust in me?
They were expensive.
Yeah,
Bugs is
yeah.
the biggest mech I've ever owned.
And I am the chosen bun.
Well, you all know me. Just point me in a direction. I'll shoot things and blow them up. And then when any of you die, I'll bring you back to life.
I mean, we got our
Done it before.
MBAs. We can use those.
ABA does not fix dead. I'll let you.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the mission.
If we have like 2 mechs with us, wouldn't it be more beneficial for us?
How? In
Now
space.
Now there's a chance they're going to get lost. Especially the
Alright.
bugs is really better up for ground deployment.
You're already
Fine.
breaking a
Fine.
hole in the fabric of the universe. Maybe we
okay.
don't need to do a second warpity thing.
We
I
need-
just
Alright.
thought.
We need our mix if we're going to get to the planet, so
alright.
not to block the birth.
It's alright.
But Basilin says,
You know, choked up.
Basilin does turn and look at you and says, this is one of the numerous shortcomings of your lack of proper training. If you were to attempt to take a compacted space and then carry that through an extracted space, the two would interfere negatively, and there would be a
Boom.
I hear what you're
catastrophically
saying.
high probability that you might actually destroy reality as we know it.
I like
Please do
reality.
not
That'd be
try this.
That'd be a win.
That
No,
is
my
also
cabin is in
lost.
reality.
And
All my stuff's
We're
reality,
in
dude.
reality.
oh yeah, I guess we're in reality.
Okay,
When,
cool.
when you
let's
say
keep
all
going.
my stuff's in reality, Joanna does just sort of point at Thumper. It's like,
I'm gonna need you to snap back to reality.
All right.
Well, here
"Oh,
comes
there goes
gravity.
gravity." Yeah, right. Joanna does, after that, she does turn and look and say, pardon the pun, but I really cannot overstate the gravity of the situation. They are massing now at this planet. They could attack imminently.
Then we need to go now.
Well, let's
do
get on.
not do this, everything is lost.
Does it sound like we have a good plan? Are we gonna try that?
It sounds like we have a plan, and that's the best we ever get.
We
Agreed.
have a few, just a few civilians on our ship that we'd like to put on the Trenton while we undertake this very dangerous mission.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're fine. They won't bother anybody.
I think a few of them are already on the ship.
Maybe.
I saw Elvis running around not too long ago.
Okay, so that's one less person who needs to board.
I'm gonna calm JJ and question how many of the buns are still on the ship.
None, bun.
They've all left.
I still know. I never got an accurate count of how many buns were on the ship in the first place. Would you like me to encourage them to depart?
Yeah.
Yeah. Daddy! It's getting hot on this ship! Woo! Grandbaby!
With your words, JJ.
Do we have permission to depart? Oh!
You're coming over here onto the Trenton?
We need to get off the ship, goddamn!
Yeah, just come across the umbilical.
Well, no, it's in the bay. Like it is.
Oh,
it is,
okay.
it
I
is on
told
board
you
the ship.
specifics were necessary with AI. I told you.
Excuse me, I don't think me touch button but shit really hot now with me like the little fluffy ones. They seem like they're not happy.
JJ, you were meant to encourage them with words, not with heat.
I'm going to go and get the ship squared away and ready to depart.
In
I will see all of you in 10 minutes. Understood by everyone?
Yeah, that's
Thank you.
good.
Am I dismissed, please, Commander?
I love having a clear short-term goal.
Joanna looks at you and she's like, actually, walk with me, Glitch. As you all are walking through the hallway, she stops for a second and turns and looks at you and just puts a hand on your shoulder and says, you're a credit to our kind.
Well, cool. I did it for me, mostly. But...
She sort of looks both ways and she's like, saying we're fighting for the Alliance is all well and good, but if you don't make it, what difference does it make? Have you thought about allowing mass production?
Seeing a lot of my face everywhere.
I can't think of much better. And she does sort of just like a little like thumb under the chin, the finger.
And then it calms down. It's gross. Yeah. I'm good at stuff. There should be more of me.
Well, they won't be you.
You say that now.
Well, the other of my production line aren't me, but at least they have the proper raw materials, right?
Then there's hope for them.
She sort of looks around and she says, I am not a sentimental person, but try to bring them back.
I keep trying.
Maybe the Fotts, but the Orions, and Tark is solid too.
Literally.
You know, even the Fotts, they're better than you think.
Does he really have Matrix powers?
Yeah. Great power and absolutely no responsibility.
Oh, that's an excellent combination. Fantastic, fantastic.
Look, it means the Arachnids are no longer the greatest threat to our galaxy.
She looks at you
It's
and
Haas.
the gun slides into her hand again, and she's like, I really think there's going to come a day that I wished I had just put one between his eyes when I had the chance.
We'll all have that day. But it isn't today. I need to prep the ship.
She turns and she looks, and she reaches in and she pulls out a medallion on a necklace and she hands it to you. She says, emergency transport. It will work on one biosign once. Whoever you put that on and hit the button will come back to this ship.
Thank you.
Hey, see you on the ground, right?
Yeah.
She's like, it's been a long time since I got to use my chainsaw. I wanted to show Tark. I got it on my neck. It's like 70 feet long.
Looking forward to watching you work.
Woo! She's like, dismissed.
I see.
What do the rest of you do before you depart on your mission?
I mean, I want to make sure that all the other buns have made their way onto the ship, and I probably have an awkward temporary goodbye with Junior.
When you get there, they are all huddled up in the bay, deeply distrustful of all of these non-Fott. They all look very sweaty and matted because JJ just cranked the heat. She didn't turn on the flamethrowers, but it went up to about 140 degrees on the ship. Which, again, Gluck thought was fantastic, and Slither actually was kind of okay with also, but the Fott were absolutely miserable.
All right. Listen, kids. The Bugs is on the Trenton, and I need a maintenance crew on her that I can trust. So you are being sent over to the Trenton to help make sure that Bugs is all right.
Yes, sure thing, Grandpappy.
Warm her up, get her ready, because I have a feeling that we're going to be going planet side, and I'm going to need that implacable killing machine.
Thumper Jr. kind of steps forward again, a warrior in her own right now, and sort of like looks at the bay and sees all of the armor arrayed, and is like, "Yeah, Daddy, can I have a word with you?"
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, y'all going over 10 to Bugs. Just make sure, they ain't scuffed the paint or nothing. And they're like, yeah, okay, all right. And they all go
They're all scrambling over the guns and stuff.
scampering off.
You've heard of Elf on a Shelf. Fun on a gun.
Gun on a gun. Yeah. And she's just like, Daddy, I ain't never been too fond of this Alliance military life that you find so pleasing. But I ain't no fool. I saw the force and concentration that is amassed here. What is going on?
It's nothing to worry about. It's just a little hot spot that Daddy's going to take care of it. Don't worry.
She looks out again and she's like, Daddy, are they sending you on a one-way trip?
They might think they are, but I always come back.
I will mount up with you right now. I don't care. You don't have to leave me here. You
need to look after the next generation.
I'm supposed to be your next generation.
You are, but they're yours.
All right. Hey, you just radio back, and when the time comes, we will do some thumping, right?
Yeah, we will.
Yeah. She's like, all right.
Is it time for our overly elaborate Fott handshake?
She's like, if not now, when, Daddy? Yeah. Right.
All right, at the end, I clench her in for a big hug.
She sort of tenses for
I'm
a second.
towering over her on this huge buddy.
And then she squeezes. She's like, man, I thought I'd grown, but I just always feel like a little bunny when you Daddy.
All right, I swing her around.
She's like, all right, no.
Like when she was a baby bun.
She's like, no, don't tell nobody. She very much pulls the pistol, checks the clip. She's like, no, okay, I'm good. Everything's fine. No, I'm ready.
You're leaking coolant.
Get
back to duty, soldier.
No, it was the heat on the ship. It just made things dusty. All right. Okay. All right, we're ready. Also, tell Haas I don't care if he's the chosen bun. If you don't come back, I will kill him myself.
I like her. I like her.
All right. Does anyone do anything else before you all deploy?
I'm respectfully standing away from Glitch while they have their conversation, and then as soon as they're done, following up, and then every Eridani I see on the ship, I clench my plasma sword as I walk past them.
Mm-hmm. No, they all, it's a show of respect. All the hands go to the hill type thing. Like, everyone's like.
I'm still trying to flirt with Joanne to see if I can get anything out of her beside the word later. Anything at all. Any sign she's interested in me whatsoever.
Her very broken sign language, you basically get, yes, just live. Essentially.
I guess I don't know.
I walk away a little heartbroken because I was hoping for slightly more enthusiasm.
It is only the end of all things. That is all.
What better time?
Better time than now.
10 minutes isn't very long to have much fun, honestly.
I had several quickies.
For them, that's like 10 different relationships.
Solo quickies? Or you found somebody?
No, I found 10 different Fotts.
You've been taking my coaching.
I have. You've been quite the wingman.
All right. Glitch has the ship ready. And as you stand there, Johanna and Basilian are standing there in the bay, and they look at you, Haas, and they're like, well, show us.
I agree. We should leave. We will depart.
You gotta do the
There
thing.
is a vital part of the plan.
Of course.
He's like, some distance from the Trenton, please.
Of course. I thought you meant here.
No, it
All right.
very much would not do to have the Alliance military obliterated by a wayward Fott portal.
That's
Yeah,
true. Yeah.
we'll fly out first. Out of the ship.
Mm-hmm. When you say I thought right here, both guns jump into Joanna's hands, but she doesn't point them at you. They're like, she's like,
Let's get on the ship.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Get it safe distance.
He hops on up.
Mm-hmm.
I had walkied ahead to JJ to start 3D printing something.
Mm-hmm.
It should be done by the time we get there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a necklace with a little number of grand bunnies.
Thank you.
Still dusty in here.
Cooling everywhere. I command my suit to open from behind, and I step into it, and it closes around me, and the helmet closes. I start trudging off. I'm like 10 feet tall in this armor now.
You do see for the first time you've seen true approval in Joanna's eyes. She very much is like,
I just lope out of there.
like, it seems legit. Yeah, right.
Each one of my arms are basically guns.
As you, again, it is effortless. JJ can actually fly herself out here, out of the hold and out into space. And up ahead, do you open the portal?
Yeah. I just need to just bring up the place we have to go.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see it in my mind's eye. I actually haven't done this conscious yet.
So I'm gonna stay back.
We'll see how it goes.
Out there.
JJ,
Put her out
can you
there.
bring up an image of our target destination, please?
Perfect.
Yeah,
I made it.
Wow.
Holy bejeebus.
Whoa.
What'd you get?
You rolled a 6, Haas.
I am all powerful bun.
It's like super easy.
Ha! I make the thing. The
You
portal.
all very much see Haas like, you hear him like, well, I've never done this awake. And it's like, excuse me? And you're like, boom. Like a hole open.
Okay, I turn on cloaking before we go through.
Probably for the best. Yes. And on the other side, you see these horrific machines floating around this world, waiting for you as the Jareth's Javelin flies through the portal.
Me too.
And that is a good place for us to go to break. We will be back in just a minute to see the silky smooth and uneventful trip that they have here going forward. All right, BRB. You all emerge on the other side of the wormhole,
Cloaked.
and see, when you actually get close enough to see these ships, they're almost like moons of this planet. They are huge. They're all nearly as big as the Trenton, and you're afraid some of them might actually be bigger than the Trenton as they orbit slowly around this planet.
Okay, so slight issue with our plan.
What's that?
Even if we get on that ship, where are we going? It would take us months to explore every single section of that ship.
We can use my auto mapper.
Can you do that from here?
Even as you look at this ship, it looks more like a mountain range than a vessel. Like, there is no logical thing. Because, again, you all have been on enough ships that you're like, all right, well, there's a bridge, there's the engines. This is not like that. Again, except for some of the barrels and spikes.
Sure.
There is no, logic to it.
Was there like a boss like Queen Bug? Let's just go to her house.
Okay, point at it.
I don't know. I don't know nothing about these folk.
Okay, so what is your auto mapper then? Will that help us find the bridge on this thing?
If we can get on the ship, I can map it.
Okay, so we go in, we let that thing go, it figures out where everything is, and then you get a map, we get a map. How does this work?
I get a holographic map, and I can direct it, or direct you.
Okay. All right.
Ace,
Yeah.
you get a secure transmission coming in through your comm link.
I pick it up.
Ace, Joanna, did you all make it through?
Yes. She steps inside and walks away.
She's like, I thought you were going to get me court-martialed back there.
I mean, look, sorry. Tact isn't necessarily an Arayan thing. We're just very obvious. I apologize for Sketch.
She's like, no, I get the life-affirming, I love it about you. I love it about both of you. But, today is really a big day.
That being said, Joanna, if anything happens to me, I want you to know that after all these years, I really care very, very deeply for you.
I think our communications must be breaking up. Hey, I'm gonna find you on the surface. She doesn't hang up on you. She's like, I'm gonna find you, and we will talk about this. Okay? We'll be standing there when we're winning.
You promise?
Yes. We'll plant the flag. Live.
You pinky promise? I got 2 pinkies,
both pink. Yes, you showed me that thing with the pinkies. Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Hey, survive. That's an order.
Yes, ma'am.
Ace, you okay over there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are you ready to?
Little bit of indigestion. A lot of big ships.
Did you learn any? What was that? What you just walked?
Oh, what was what?
Right. Glitch, can you scan to see if maybe there's an airlock or something that looks like an airlock or?
Really, there is a boarding thing. There's a phase gate.
JJ's like, would you like me to activate the phase gate?
Yeah. JJ, that'd be great.
Thank you. Glitch, would you please proceed to the cargo holds?
Excuse me just a moment.
I will deploy the gate now.
Okay, I'm just gonna get it ready, and then we can do that. Yeah.
To be clear, you do know, statistically speaking, you're all about to die, yeah?
Yeah. It's not necessary information, JJ.
I've run all the calculations.
No one asked you to.
I was attempting to be proactive. Is that not what you like, yeah?
Can we shut that off?
No, you don't turn JJ off. JJ only gets turned on.
I'm gonna go check on the phase gate.
I'm in the cargo hold in my armor, waiting by the phase gate, doing squats and lunges in my armor.
While during all of this, while you're all here gathered, you hear That insufferable computer. Why is it like that?
Well, it annoys him. I like it more now.
It's true. JJ is the highest quality SciComm girlfriend available on market.
Slither makes this horrific clicking noise, which you all have come to know over time is him laughing. It's like, sci-fi girlfriend.
SciComm girlfriend.
I'll never get used to you pink things. Note, Slither's like lavender, by the way. Like, Slither's a very pretty purple, even though he's a horrible Pentari. He does have a nice color to his skin.
He's a horrible Pentari.
Mm-hmm. As you get to the cargo hold, Glitch, when you come in, you see the familiar puddle of dibs sliding around and, like, you know, oozing up along the edges of it and comes back down again, moves over. And he's like, and he sort of like forms up again to sort of a torso and is like,
Oh, sorry, Glitch. I can move to my endoskeleton if that would be preferable.
I think we're about to start a boarding action, so that's probably preferable. Yeah.
I'll go get ready.
and you see he does slide over, and in standing against the wall, as you have seen, is what looks like a metal endoskeleton, which helps him wear armor and everything. So he slides around and he's like,
Makes a lot of sense. What?
You do, when he flexes his fingers, you do see 7 on each hand.
Weird flex, but okay.
Yeah. Over the comm, you hear, yes, I've calibrated the gate according to what I have extracted from known probabilities. Feel free to open at any time.
All right. Is everybody ready?
Fire it up, let's go.
I do.
Everyone, again, has put on your MBA armor. Mm-hmm.
In it.
Yeah. Far upgraded now. You all are highly mechanized killing machines. Every one of you is the size of your average RAM Python. When you
Except for me, I'm up in the cockpit.
That is true, yes. You all, a moment later, you hear you see Gluck coming around the corner in what is nearly the size of a Humpty. This is probably like the peak regulation of what could even fit on this ship. So much so that with every, you kind of do. He's like,
Yeah, me ready this time. Boom, me come on step 2. Boom, boom. It's good. Me go over squash bugs good.
Boom, like coming into the cargo hold.
I'm in the sprinter takeoff position, waiting. I go hit the blocks. Let's go, Gluck.
Perhaps this might not be such a fighty mission. I might be a little smarter to just kind of get in and get out like a little bit more unnoticed than you just.
You're like,
we'll crack heads later though.
You hear like the whole torso rotates, and he goes,
No, it's fine. Me get stealth upgrade. They never hear me coming. It's fine. Me be like ghost.
Up to you, Hoss.
I mean, if we can't find a hole, we're gonna have to make one.
Do we know if there's any flux shields on this ship here?
It's difficult to say.
It's difficult to say. Well, we might have to break a hole in it then.
You're gonna activate the gate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're trying to phase gate first.
Which,
I thought.
No.
Okay.
Well, the phase gate would basically be a bridge that would allow you essentially to just step through and come out on the other side.
Yeah.
It's like you're teleporting, but it's a door we can all use.
Worth noting
Even
that we
those
might
ones
be
that are
on the
less
other
gifted.
side.
I can teleport.
No, do it. Don't do it. You don't go alone, Hoss.
I can teleport us all.
You hear, and the gate begins to activate, and you hear. Then you hear,
What's going on there, Glitch?
Hostiles are attempting to access the gate from the other side, it would seem. I might recommend deactivation.
Okay. I deactivate.
And you do hear and a hand comes through it, falls to the ground.
Mark me down for scared and horny.
JJ, are we still...
Eat it.
No, don't eat it, Hoss. You don't know where that's been.
It looks delicious.
JJ, are we still
Looks could
cloaked?
be deceiving.
You're right.
He's
Thumper.
like, well, we have not been destroyed, so I would say they have not detected us yet.
They can't determine our location just from the phase gate, but
That's it.
we might have to sneak up on them and crack a
Although,
hole in
do
them.
give me a stealth check, because now they do know someone is close.
So that's
Presumably everyone else is in their armor. What type of armor are you wearing there, Thumper?
We don't get to
I have
use
an Omega suit with a black visor helmet.
Haas?
I'm in an exo sheath with a juggernaut helmet.
Okay. Tark?
I'm in the dreadnought with a black visor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
And
we're
do we
good.
have your armor?
Because that was what it was
Omega
for sensor
body armor,
scanners.
juggernaut
I think
helmet.
it's the same.
Alright. You all look super
let's see.
hardcore. Okay? What'd you get?
Oh no, stealth rating is made as
So,
versus attacks.
I would like to make a private
Like
comm
stealth
to
attack.
Slither.
Yes.
I have a way I would like to make this this game a little bit more interesting.
Already thinking you're gonna lose.
No, I wanna proposition something to you. I'll let you start with an extra 10 heads. If you don't leave Glitch's side while I'm next door. I want you within 5 meters of them the entire time.
Counteroffer.
Okay?
I don't want your 10-head charity. I'll earn my keep. But this will make us even. You spared my life all those years ago. I'll protect this one's.
Done.
And the comm drops.
Oh, man, I thought I was gonna be able to jump. Now I got all this other hullabaloo to wade through.
Question on the stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
Am I using my skill, the ship's skill, or a combination?
Your skill plus the ship's skill. It's stealth, your skill
Oh
plus
my
the
goodness.
ship's stealth rating. Yeah.
Okay, so I am 161 below.
You very much, as you're reading the comms, like they're absolutely scanning. They weren't before, but they're very much looking. And you think you can kind of like ride the carrier wave and find like a sensor shadow that you sort of can be like, whoop, and kind of get close enough to one of the vessels without being detected.
Hold on tight, I'm going in.
Mm-hmm. You're going.
Everyone buckle up or detach yourself however you want.
I'll hold you.
Just
So-
use your mag boots.
Without the phase gate, what do you all plan to do?
Space jump.
Yeah, spacewalk it out.
Get his-
I'd like to crip walk
Yeah,
out.
you can go ahead and breach it.
We're all gonna
That's
moonwalk,
my
literally.
specialty. Thank you.
I'd like to try to get as close to the ship as possible. Perhaps try to connect onto it.
And I can scan for a good spot, maybe?
Yes, you can scan for a spot. You want to try and find an airlock to punch through?
Yeah,
If
I'm
I
gonna
understand
scan
that's
on
the plan.
passive.
I mean,
do
why don't
know-
you keep the ship at a safe distance and we'll just fly across?
Yeah, because you happen to know that if you physically like dock with it, they will almost certainly detect it instantly.
That's fine, but I still. Which part of the ship should I go towards? So that's I'd like to scan. To
Oh
see.
yeah,
It's a
the
big
scan
boy.
is
Yeah.
still what we
Yes.
want.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah,
I think that.
Yeah, but you said
So
dock
far, so
with
good.
it. Yeah, I'm saying docking with it. Would
I know. I
probably
just.
be
I
ill-advised.
just want to get as close as possible to a good area.
Mhm. Go
How-
ahead and give me your
155 below.
give me your piloting check. As you're scanning the hull again, and then vessel is intensely alien, but there are points in it that seem to be a little weaker, which you feel like that's probably an airlock, because it's like the difference between like 10 meters thick and like 2 meters thick.
Is we approach something closer to a problem Thermite can solve.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there are no problems Thermite cannot solve.
If you've got enough Thermite, that's true.
I mean, it works for
Except
childcare.
trying to talk to Sket. What?
How did you do there, Sketch?
77 below.
Again, JJ is as smooth and responsive as ever. Again, here in the midst of these terrible circumstances, you do still feel the giggle come up a little bit as you're sort of maneuvering in. Yeah. But again, the best indicator that you've got that you have not been detected is you're not taking cannon fire, so they probably don't know you're here.
So if we find a hole, a way to get in, how are we getting in?
Gonna jump.
No, that's how we get to the door. But how are we going to open it up?
Gonna blow it up?
Yeah, shoot
Oh,
it. Shoot it till it's
that
open.
sounds like a horrible
Do
idea.
we have any kind of like security breach stuff, guys?
None of...
Like
No. That gives away where
unless,
we are.
more a computer.
We can't do
thing.
that.
Yeah, if you take one of my drones, Glitch can control it. You just need to get somewhere that has some sort of input.
Okay.
You don't have a personal cloaking device?
Yeah, you know what? Blowing things up kind of tells people that we're here.
Not if you're invisible.
But
They
here's the
think,
thing.
they think a ghost did it.
We'll be invisible,
That's true.
but the ship won't be.
The ship is currently invisible.
The ship is currently
Ship's
invisible.
been
Not with
invisible.
scans.
The whole time.
The
Tark's
problem-
cloaking device is his sword. See, someone sees him, and then he uses his cloaking device, and no one sees him anymore.
Well, hot damn.
Yeah, that's logical.
The idea is that
Makes
we
sense
don't
to
want
me.
to blow a side in the wall in the side of their ship because then they're going to be way more suspicious than they already
What about
are.
your plasma sword?
JJ
Chip
comes
chop.
over the comm and is like, yes, Talk is telling you accurately. If you were to detonate an explosive device on the hull of the ship, it would be detected instantly. Also,
And it's putting us and them in danger.
although
With your
perhaps
sword.
sending the Fott on a suicide mission is a good idea, yeah?
I always
You're
come
giving
back
us
from
mixed
those. Let's do
messages.
it.
It's true. We live every time.
I have minimal
Look.
investment in the survival of the rabbits.
Man.
All
God,
right.
racism.
All right, I've got two things on my back. I've got the auto scan, and I'll have whatever breaching device that you need me to put on the door. Is there anything else we need before we do this?
You should also take my V bridge. If you can get it connected into the computer systems, I may be able to take over the ship.
Okay.
That sounds real good.
All right, and then we'll get to the bridge, plug it in. You do your thing. We GTFO.
Sounds like a plan to me.
We can't stop. We have to keep moving.
Yeah,
I
that makes
guess
sense.
I'll try to get the phase gate back up and running. Like once you have a position controlled on the ship, then they won't be coming through, and we can use it so you can get back to us.
How long does a V-bridge take to overcome the entire ship?
You know, I haven't ever taken over one of these ships before, so...
Well, it's like an estimate.
We're testing. We're
Well,
learning.
let's find out.
Just curious.
While you all are
You
talking,
got this, right?
Yeah,
All right.
you got this too.
All right.
Gluck's like,
Yeah, you remind me, stay here in case gate open again, spider come through, I squish ya.
Yeah.
Use the big case, just like you did with the bunnies.
he holds his hand up and two chainsaws flip forward and like, yeah.
He's like, it's okay, me
Could've
ready,
just
me
used
hold the door, no problem.
Just don't make a hole in my ship.
Yeah, their ship.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
you
other
do
shit.
hold it. Nobody computer lady say the hole is bad. Me don't do.
No, you don't.
No, me pay attention in mission briefs. Scared a common misconception there. Ram is stupid. Me not stupid.
I agree.
Right.
But me very strong.
Okay.
He's
Don't
one of the
even
good
think
ones.
about it.
Think about what?
Don't even consider it.
Consider what?
Dying.
It's
and
never.
don't even say the word because he's not thinking about it.
It's not.
He's
It's
considering
never a
it.
part of the plan.
He's not doing
it's
it.
Never a part of the plan.
You're the one who's always talking about
remember
how
the
you
time
can
it
make
was
yourself
part of the
not die.
All right, I'm opening the hatch in
not today.
5,
Well, yee.
4,
Get out.
3,
Good luck, pretty lady.
2, 1.
The hatch opens, and again, as protocol, JJ knows to carefully allow it to decompress before the force field goes up. Everything is like locked down with gyro stabilizers, and you all see some distance away. It's very difficult to gauge the hull of the ship. What do you all do?
I'm gonna put my electromagnetic on my boots and kind of like stand on the outside of ours and see how big is the reach between
Nope.
our ship and the enemy.
Jumping
You
all the
could-
way there.
The exosuit function would allow you to jump, you would probably make the jump.
Oh, then yeah.
I'm not looking. I'm leaping.
Yeah.
I'm using my jump pads to launch, and then once I get my correct trajectory, I'm engaging my Mars flight systems on my suit and shoot right on over there. I do have anti-missile stuff keyed up, waiting. Make sure nothing tries to chase me that I am unaware of.
Ace, your suit does have similar capabilities.
I will do the same.
Do the same thing, but activate the personal cloaking device. I like to be heated.
I calm to all of you, and I tell you all to, when we get to it, just don't maglev to it. If you can float alongside of it before, and then just go straight in. That way we're not adding any like additional sound as we mag to the side of it.
All of you give me your operate personal flight device checks. Let's see how well you land.
All right.
I want it.
Whatever your skill is.
I want it to just be like kind of floating.
I know. I'm just picking them up as a fiddle thing for my friends.
That is agility based, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an agility, yeah.
Agility?
So no, but you did max out that skill.
Oh, no, agility's not maxed out. But yeah,
No, I mean
skill.
with the skill, so it's half of your agility plus 75.
Yep.
Are you yee-yeeing this?
Yeah.
Because the pools end up being similar. You know what I mean? Once
Yeah,
you
do it
kind
with-
of-
you
you
gotta do
kind
it
of have
with
it for one,
something.
and like it's
70.
sort of it for all of them.
Like that.
It's an easy way to cheat the math. You don't have to
116.
calculate it every time. You're like, oh, it's not.
Unless you have all kinds of cool upgrades
I
to
mean,
yourself.
again, that's a weird flex, but yes, I get it.
160.
You're too awesome.
But just imagine the same thing for there.
So I'm 40 under.
Again, you all very carefully move. Again, as you get closer to this alien vessel, again, from a distance, it looks like it's made out of rock. But as you get closer, it is like, it almost is nearly biological. It's more like chitinous. But you don't see any evidence of like welds or engineering marks or anything. It looks as much grown as constructed.
I was 129 under on my check, so I'm going to do exactly what Tark asked for, but with style.
One.
You know what? You tell me what Thumper does from when you depart the vessel over to your target here, because you succeed tremendously.
Well, I mean, after the beautiful launch, there's a pirouette, and then as the thrusters engage on my armor, they rocket me forward. But then I also arc a bit to make pace with the moving large object, and then I tuck my legs underneath and fire leg and backpack thrusters to make myself basically stop on a credit.
And how many? What was your?
Thumper is always a graceful on the dance floor. I got a 40 underneath.
Yeah, same. The
It's
three.
just, it's just casual.
The three of you are very effective. No frills. Like you pretty much lay it right in, and again, you swan diving cyber rabbit shows off, and you all are at what probably is an airlock. Again, you see it is vaguely round, and it does have like what almost looks like an iris. It almost looks like a closed eye.
I'm engaging the auto mapper.
Do we need to get in first?
It's a remote thing. It just will send a map back to me.
Okay. I then pull the breach to get in, and I place it onto the whatever I presume to be the technology that gets us in.
you see what you figure is probably a data port of some sort. You're like, this seems as good a place as any. And when you inject your end of the communicator for Glitch to be able to access the system, it almost crunches as you put it in. It's like,
Sounds like
Yeah, once the cartilage snaps, so that you're fully plugged in.
Yeah, right, that's it. Yeah.
Glitch, I think it's
It
in.
shivers a little when you're plugged in.
I
yes.
have uplink. This is fine. I guess I'm going to try to crack this.
Yes, it is absolutely locked. So to try and access it remotely, you could either do if anyone who is here can do it manually with an EDC check. Remotely, Glitch, you can do it with computer security or forensics.
Yes,
EDC would do it?
Apparently.
I'm apparently fully stocked on computer security. Is there a number on the
Negative
equipment
8.
that's gonna? Okay, cool. No, I meant for the equipment. What it would alter the.
It was your equipment.
No, it was ashes.
It's
Sketches.
sketches.
I think it's just you can do things that you're not physically present for. I think is what it does.
Reduces security and forensic skills checks by 1 level.
So,
Okay, so that brings it down to 40. Negative 40.
I think it's 20 per level. It'll bring it down to negative 60.
Does Ian no quick start glide?
Glide!
If this weren't just like a very difficult check, I wouldn't be.
And
Well, it's kind of important because if it doesn't work, things are going to go
Yeah,
abruptly,
and I mean-
abruptly poorly.
Worst comes
amazing.
I mean, is there a way to assist? Because then I could assist with EDC.
Do you have EDC?
I do. I have it maxed out.
He's meant to do that.
I will say that you can be rolling to try and muscle it at the same time they are trying to access it remotely.
Oh yeah, because assists also lower by 1 level.
It is by 40. Easy is 40, average is 0, difficult is negative 40, challenging is negative 80, nearly impossible is negative 120.
All right. then
So
you'll
if
be down to
your
40.
assist, if a successful assist reduces at a level of difficulty, and yours, the cracker that I'm working with, reduces at 1 level, then I would be rolling at a 0 if you succeed, and at a negative 40 if you don't.
So I rolled a 46. I rolled over 90. I rolled 90 under.
Got it.
Over 90 under.
So I stopped myself because I knew what I said, and I'm like, that is a bad way of saying this.
Yeah, Tarek very much sort of like starts to kind of like wedge in a crowbar and kind of start fighting with it a little bit, and you can read the readings on your schematic like a little easier. Just like see where this is and try and unlock it from your side.
All right. 82 under.
Like most airlocks, you can see it's a 2-stage thing where you come in and it closes and you pressurize and the next one opens.
So I place my feet up on the thing and I lift it up and I hold the door to let them in.
You all going in? Okay. Again, this is a pretty big airlock because you all realize you're about 10 feet each right now and you have easy clearance on all sides. You're like, And then you think back to that creature you saw all those years ago and you're like, yeah, it has to be big enough for one of those to get through. And you all move through. I will say with a roll that high, you were able to eat the second stage of it and get inside. And it is dark and gloomy in here.
Good to know.
Multi-spectrum optics.
I wonder if flashbangs.
I put on the infrared goggle.
Okay. Hopefully you won't successfully roll to disbelieve this.
Hopefully, in all of this time, I have learned how to use them.
Again, you literally, there's no place like home. Just click your heels. You're like, this isn't even happening. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. The automapper goes out ahead of you, and it is more akin to an anthill than a ship. It's like there are not consistent level bridges. There are passageways that just go this way and that. It is like a webbed through here, almost like, again, like the vessels in a living thing.
This isn't like any ship I've ever seen before. And I send basically is like maps to whatever. I don't know your suits, how well they see things, but whatever I can send, I send to them.
Send me an overlay.
Send it over.
No, I mean, she does very much, and you see just that. It's sort of like, it's more like tunnels than hallways.
It's like an anthill. I know these.
It is exactly
yeah.
like
This
that.
is going to be a pain to navigate, guys.
I got some of them back on the ship.
You got a few of these back on the ship.
Does,
I mean, they're
does
mostly
anything
dead.
look like
I have a few of them.
a bridge or a computer, like a bank of computers or anything like that?
From where you are, it's just holes in rooms.
Is there doors or anything like that? Like it shows like it's like an anthill, but like if we go into certain areas, are we able to like close doors or anything like that?
Within these 500 meters, you are detecting things that are probably bulkheads. Yeah, difficult to say.
All right, so we'll go in a line, right?
Going on a line. What the hell?
No.
Get shot with one bullet and all of us die? You out of your goddamn mind. We go stacked, right? One here, and move through the hallways like good little soldier boys.
How are the hallways large enough to fit both of us side by side?
Or for like those 10 feet
Not side by side, stacked.
Staggered.
Staggered, right?
Yeah, we call them you stacking soldiers.
That way, if they shoot you from the side or the front,
Okay.
Minimal
Gotta be
impact.
roughly about 10 meters away from each person, so no grenades kill us. No
Amateurs. How many missions we been on?
Exactly. Thank you, Thumper.
Are y'all gonna
what-
go or are you just
yeah,
gonna talk?
what is the- what is
Samantha,
the-
I've been moving and covering the auto mapper.
What is the order that you were going in?
Front.
This is important.
Front.
Very back.
Very back.
I guess middle.
Whoever's in the back, whatever door we close, it's your job, or open, it's your job to close behind us.
You are the chosen bun. You must survive.
I have my own personal security.
Well, if you're behind me, I got my flux up.
Oh,
So it'll have to go through me to get to you.
Thumper, you're always my right-hand man. I was wish that one day you'd take me under your wing, show me your six-packs ways.
I ain't got nothing to teach.
Is that what the bunnies are calling it these days?
Well, make a sensors check. Sketch. You both can.
Okay. Sensors. That's not. That's
So we're
not-
using
Oh,
the
no,
passive
yeah,
number, so
yeah.
65.
Oh, for the ship.
Yeah. Plus sensor skill.
I don't have sensors.
Then
Oh,
half
then
IQ.
Glitch can do it. Glitches, that is their thing. One of their things. They have a lot of things.
Some say too many things.
Can't have too many things.
Sure.
Excuse you.
Those people are wrong.
Exactly.
So
It's okay to be a Renaissance
I
font.
rolled 103 under.
And I rolled 114 under.
When?
As you all are like, Arachnid ship, great, cool. You notice from one of the nearby ones, 6 smaller craft have departed.
Where are they headed?
So far, they're just leaving.
Okay. Maybe fly easy for now, sketch, and see whether they spot us?
We've got some smaller crafts have just deployed from one of the larger ships.
You don't need to worry about it. They're boarding.
We've already said it, so that's...
All of you give me observation checks.
I'm going to fly casual.
Thank you.
Fly casual.
That's all I
I
need.
don't know. Fly casual.
Fly casual?
I rolled an 8 under 176.
You feel like, again, that you're kind of both able to keep the javelin in both the actual physical shadow being cast by this ship as well as its sensor shadow.
Okay.
Like, you think you're, as far as you know, you should be very well hidden.
I hate when you say phrases like, as far as you know.
Yeah, there's no
As
traps.
far as you know, everything's fine.
You like detect traps. As far as you know, it's all good.
It looks great.
Is
Hate
that,
that.
intuition?
The
And
observation skill, yeah.
just the observation skill?
Well, half of the intuition plus 25 or 5 for a level of the skill, which I believe you maxed out.
I did, and
So,
that means I am
75.
92 under.
92 under.
I'm like 3 under.
Okay.
I am 14 under.
14 under.
Yeah, I'm like 2 under, I think. But also, I have the dimensional awareness. It's up. It stays for 10 hours. So I don't know if that's a thing about these arachnids, but it's also a thing I'm doing.
Ace, as you're walking through here, especially as you are bringing up the rear, you're being followed.
Guys, we got someone on our tail, I think.
You think, or you know?
I know. What do they look like? Do I see them? Do I?
On the infrared, it is difficult to make out. It's just there's blotchy red that is moving.
I got red blotches on the infrared, so something's there, but I don't know what it is.
Well, let's quicken up the pace. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's move faster.
Done.
Must be faster.
As you start moving, you realize there's 7 blurbs behind you.
Okay, remember how I said there was one? I lied. There's 7.
Sketch, I need you to tell us where we need to go.
What's ahead of us?
That's Sketch.
Yeah,
What's ahead of us?
Well, your auto mapper.
Yeah, what's
Right.
ahead of them?
Is
Is there an area they can duck into? Basically, I want to direct them to a tunnel where they can duck, and then whatever's following them will pass, and then they can get behind them.
You believe there is a room that is not connected to any other hallways coming up where you all could hook a right and you will be in a contained space.
There's a room up ahead where you can hook a right. You can duck back and then take them if you want.
Well, let's maybe clear the room first.
What if I stayed in there? You went forward. Once I'm behind them, you shoot, and I clean them up.
Do I see anything in the room? Are there any biosigns?
Do you have a bio?
Does that make sense?
Are you saying so? If I'm like further up and you're coming up behind them,
So I stay. I go into that little cubby. Like if it's a straight line, I go into that little cubby. They're still following you, right? They go past me. I can take them from behind because I'm melee, and you start coming back and shooting them.
Alright. Well,
That way we're on both sides, and I'm not in the middle of you.
then another person
It's
should come.
topography
Thumper
and physical
or
objects,
Ace
so
should come.
probably not.
Thumper?
Actually, yeah. Thumper, you should come with me.
All right, let's
We're
do
gonna
it.
go up there and we're gonna scare these guys.
Oh, I'm saying all three of you go.
No.
Okay. All right. So me and Ace will stick back. Okay,
let's
cool.
do that.
So that's the plan.
The plan is the two of you are going to hook into the room, and you two will continue down the hallway.
And then we're gonna wait until these 7 blobs pass us. We're gonna try to do our best stealthing, and we're gonna let them pass us. And as soon as they pass us, I'm gonna start swinging. Ace is gonna start shooting. They start shooting.
Give me your stealth checks, all of you.
Ooh, I got high stealth.
Well, not the ones that are trying to be bait, I suppose. The two of you that are trying to be sneaky.
I'm being real loud. We're being real.
We're just thumping along.
Mm-hmm.
Thump, thump, thump.
I'm 100. I'm 111 under.
Mm-hmm.
Stealth is my thing.
I rolled a 98, but I
Stealthy,
did
stealthy.
get sensor dampening skin, which is supposed to add plus 80. So hold on a second.
As the door opens there, and you're not 100% sure whether they've heard you or not, really, and you're like, no, I'm going to be sneaky. It's fine. Everybody be cool. The door opens, and you see glass cases, and all of them are full of people of all sorts of alliance races. There are Fintari.
Your bug collection.
That's like it is exactly like your bug collection, honestly.
Bigger
There are
for
but
now.
It's like they have been pulled into pieces, and the pieces are hanging in like stasis fields. There's Fintari, whose tentacles have been disconnected, and even its head is floating over its body as it hangs there. There's rams that their rib cages are splayed open to show what all of their various inner workings are.
But they're not alive.
No, there's no indication they're alive.
Okay.
Yeah. It is basically a horrific research lab, which you, as a doctor, Ace, realize that, completely separated from any sense of mercy. It is very thorough.
Yeah, there's some like crazy doctor types on this thing, guys. They're very good at what they do, just not very moral. Yeah, but these things don't appear to be alive in any way, so I don't think we have to shoot them.
I wasn't planning on shooting them, but I appreciate that. All right. Lights off. My phasers. My plasma sword's off because it emanates light. And as soon as they pass, I'll calm to you, letting you know that they're past us.
Do you all attempt to close the door behind you, or you want the door open so specific so you see them?
You've got a sensor. You can see, so we'll close the door.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was 9 is now 15. Oh, motherfucker. Coming down the hallway.
Guys, they just keep doubling. Now we got like 15 of them.
What are they, E. coli?
I know, right?
Have they started passing us yet?
You have probably seconds before they get to the door.
I think we're gonna have to change plans.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I have
Do it.
holographic generator that I would like to deploy.
Okay.
Send them down
What's
the
the
hallway.
hologram that you'd like to deploy?
Just 6 of me, because apparently I can make 6 of them.
Okay.
If you do that, then they will know that someone is on their ship.
Don't
I
they
think
already-
we know they know that they're on the ship.
All right.
They might not. They don't look alive. They could just be some kind of security or something, like coming through the ship.
But they're multiplying and following our path.
Gotta make choices.
We should just outrun them.
That's what I thought we should do.
Well, now we're too far away. We're too far away from you.
And now we need to distract them so we can get our members back.
You think if you moved right now, you probably would still be ahead of them. Because Ace is right. Even though they are following you, they're not like running and screaming and everything. It's just they're definitely coming, following your trail.
Haas, I need your call.
Get back on up here.
All right. We open the door, abandon that plan, and just...
Yeah.
Both of you give me your observation checks.
I just want to be included.
I'm 10 under.
Under?
I disbelieve that we are on the ship, and those dice go to jail.
No.
You find yourself, Ace, as you're coming out. But you're like, no, you need to go. But at the very last second, you're like, but I haven't seen inside of Ventari. Like, you're leaving, but you're like, wait, that's where the Squeedly Spooge is? Like, oh, okay. Like, this is valid medical knowledge. So you're like, no, I get it. We need to leave, but it's the ram spleen. Wow, that explains the Chungus. That's where your head is. As you leave. Yeah.
I grab Ace by the back of their suit and just start...
I don't fight it.
Right. Science! As you look back where you're moving, Tark, you catch the faintest glimpse of one of them coming around the corner. It's roughly 7 feet tall, and it is just covered in eyes. There is no discernible mouth, and it is holding a large weapon of some sort. And it is sweeping it constantly from left to right as it is walking down the hallway. But as far as you can tell, it has not seen you.
I think we need to pick up pace.
I agree.
I'm making things worse. All right, so you're moving. You guys can go left, right, or straight.
Oh,
Sketch, you tell us.
What seems like the best path?
Again, there's no logic to it. It's just corridors and ruin openings. Would you?
Someone want to roll a
Would you like to send them towards what looks like a large room or a smaller room?
Would tactical evaluation work in this situation?
Yeah.
I think you want to roll that one?
It would.
Yeah.
Because it conformed to no known ship design. You're like, again, it's like, how would you know what's the most important room in an anthill?
Yeah.
Terrestrial
Wait, don't you
knowledge.
have
be
to-
applicable
Yes,
in
but it's
this
not
situation.
as high as yours. I
No,
don't
because
believe.
you're not really on
Mine's
the
a
planet
54.
itself.
Yeah.
This is all Arachnid stuff.
I think mine is 90 or something.
Yeah, that's why I'm telling you to roll it.
Oh, because then I got 57.
Yeah. So
Good.
four, at least 40 below.
Yeah.
What is it that you were trying to figure out?
Where to go?
Yeah. We would like to know where to go.
Or like what the quickest way to the bridge or command center or whatever is.
Fun
Do I feel
fact.
it in my gut where I know it is?
You think if, following along with the biological layout of these things, you're like, well, if I was going to put some eyes on this dang old thing, I think I'm like over that way. You're like, maybe that way.
And I don't hesitate. I say that way, and we just start going that way.
Yeah. Okay.
Haas, this might sound like a dumb idea. And I mean, as this is happening while we're
No,
going.
no dumb ideas, just stupid soldiers.
What if
Hey!
since this thing seems a little bit more like a living creature than it does a ship, what if the doctor rolled, or what if the doctor tried to figure out where the best place, where the brain would be?
I know where you're going with this.
What?
I like your thinking.
I will allow this. I like where your head's at. I like this.
I'll allow it.
Where's the brain?
Where's the brain? Doc.
Yeah, let's just.
What would be the skill that I was rolling against?
What's that die roll first? I know it's
I have
relevant.
63.
This is 36.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. It's backwards.
Yeah.
36.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah,
That's much better.
when he's like, Ace, what do you think? Because again, you're still very much like, I didn't know that Eridani lung capacity. You're like, no, that makes sense. He just doesn't die because he's like, I'm just gonna hold everything. And Harry's like, hey, look. And you're like, You're thinking back, Ace, to the Arachnid that you saw killed. And over these years, you've availed yourself to the literature because, again, no one is at all clear on these things or how they work. You think you probably could like deduce like the natural order of this, that you're like, oh, okay, if I'm looking at this like an animal, then yeah, probably this way would be kind of like a sensor nodey place, and it is roughly in the same direction that Haas was thinking. You think probably because most of these things that you all have encountered have had discernible heads. You're like probably kind of like center mass near the front, probably.
So yeah, last time we like fought one of these big guys, and I got around to poking it with a stick before we left. I feel like it would be up towards the front. I know it's not the best medical evaluation I could give you, but I just call it a hunch. It makes
Your
sense.
hunch
From
is
that.
just like my hunch.
I love hunches.
Sketch, can you get us to the front as quickly as possible? Find the quickest route to get us to the front center.
Can do.
Thank you.
Glitch, give me your sensor roll again. You all are moving.
Yeah.
126 under.
Those 6 craft are closing in on you.
On the ship?
They sort of like left and swung wide, but they're like coming by. It's possible they're just doing some sort of like formation, but they're absolutely heading this way.
We can drop stealth and fire ECM to try to jam their sensors, or we can stay close and ideally be hard to hit.
Because Sketch, what you know is, even though, again, you are trying to hide yourself in the physical shadow, that even if you have spoofed their sensors, there's nothing stopping Ascension from being like, what's that? Pew, 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 pew.
I want to try to slowly back away, like one of those like...
Just into the shrub.
The ship just starts going
Into the shrub and out the shrub.
beep.
Basically, I want to put some actual physical barriers between
Us and the snakes.
us and the...
So you want to kind of like almost like rotate around this large vessel to be like out of the range of these ones that are coming? Or like, all right, give me your piloting check.
Can do.
You all are like, hey, Sketch, where do we go? Sketch does not reply.
Sketch is leaving you hungry.
Sketch is like,
Hey, Glitch.
Yeah?
I have to get us out of the way here. Can you send them on their HUD a pathway to the front?
Yeah, can do.
you believe you found such a thing?
I think so.
I love that roll. Yeah, I do.
Right. As you all are making your way through, give me one more observation check.
It's 104 under.
You're like, you very like are along the edge of it, you know, which is interesting that it's like you are having a very similar experience to what Ace had experienced, where she's like, oh, if I look at this like a living thing, this kind of makes sense. And now you're like, well, if I look at it like a vessel, I see it, you know, I see that would, okay. Yeah, like,
We're all looking at different pieces of this elephant. Like I'm looking at the technical piece, with the bio piece.
Yeah, you're like, those are probably, you know, if those are fins that are, okay, all right, I bet if I put a torpedo right there, no, okay, all right.
All right, okay.
No.
I think I'm getting some ideas on how this ship thing is laid out.
Okay. Is that enough to get them where they need to go?
They need to head in this direction.
Like, is that your exhaust port, or you're just happy to see me?
What?
Observation?
10 under.
I was about 20-something under.
Okay.
40.
Okay.
I was above.
Right. Again, you're just like, Tarek, you're like, maybe if I just stab the wall. You know?
Stab the wall.
Like I mean, just...
It will hurt, right?
Yeah, it's like, it's not... Exactly.
It's like if it's a living thing. It's like,
Makes sense.
You're like,
You perk us to
maybe...
it, yeah.
Yeah, you're like, I can destroy this ship with just stabbing walls, right?
From the inside.
The rest of you very clearly hear coming down from one of the adjacent tunnels. And it occurs to all of you, you're like, wait a second, this cavernous ship, why have we not seen just more things? When you all were on the Trenton, there's hundreds of people just walking by, doing stuff, working things, you know? And like, since you guys have gotten in here, except for whoever's on your tail, who is still very much on your tail, but they've made no effort to speed up or anything. They just seem to be following you. You would think there should just be more. But there hasn't been.
What do the hallways look like
Signs of
inside?
an ambush.
Maybe they're all in one place sleeping.
waiting for us?
It is sort of like reddish and again chitinous.
So there's no like electronics or anything like that.
Not like you all understand them.
Or
Every once in a while, there's places that like seem like data ports. I mean, again, Glitch, you were able to access a computer.
Yeah,
And
if you see anything that looks like a data port again, maybe we try to plug into it.
Okay.
And because the codes that Basilian gave you were vital for this, because otherwise it'd make no sense at all. I mean, it's not, it's not a binary system. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what?
Good.
You know? Yeah.
Do any of you express this piece of information? Because like you all hear it, but I don't.
Oh,
I think we got some more hostiles coming up this corridor to the side.
You hear the clicks?
No, I don't. But do we think that they're following us?
You are both being followed, and something's ahead of you now.
I think they're behind us, and there's something adjacent to us.
Do we have to give up our stealth?
No, I don't think so. Not
Whatever,
yet.
whatever. If you take the most direct route, what you hear is between you and what you think is the bridge. You may be able to find another way, but it is definitely between you and the shortest route.
Do you have any
Punch
mega
through.
glue?
Punch through.
Did any of y'all bring mega glue with you?
I believe I have
Yes,
some.
Ace would have mega glue.
Yes.
I can just glue things with my mind. I know. Save my magics. Thumper tells me every time.
I do. You have a second opinion.
What if we, as we continue going, we drop an explosive?
That will tell them that we're here for sure.
That's why I said if we're ready to give up on being stealthy.
I mean, the moment we make contact with any enemy, they're going to communicate.
I think we should still try to remain as quiet as possible. Again, we have not confirmed that they have seen us yet.
Okay. The doctor has a sound mind.
Is there any alternate route?
Maybe. Again, the most direct route is blocked. You think
Right.
if you
So
keep
I'd
going
like
up this
to
corridor,
see
you
if
might
there's
be able to find
an
another way.
alternate route around that goes
Again, this is a web.
the
Yes.
same direction.
Probably.
Let's just try. Let's just try. Let's get lucky.
yeah.
Okay, I'm
We're pretty lucky.
sending you all a slightly different route to try to go around whatever's in front of you.
It's one of those three rights
Roger,
make
Roger.
a left type thing. You know?
Yep. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
As you all go up, when you all turn back, especially on your multi-spectrum sensors, you see one of those creatures from the battle before. One of those creatures
A big
from
one.
exactly from Klesibi comes crawling down the hallway where you all just were, and like looks back around. It's like,
I'm so much better armed than last time.
as you all keep moving.
Calm yourself, Thumper. Calm yourself.
Okay, good.
You're better
Keep it
legged as
secret.
well.
Stay focused.
You're taller
Come
too.
on, he'll listen.
No, I'm not. Always been this tall.
Don't set him off.
It's true.
Totally hasn't. Don't set him off.
As you all make your way down through here, you enter into another room here that just has what looks like large fleshy sacks hanging from the ceiling. I said what I said.
Ship nuts.
Looks
I was just saying those
Again,
kind of look
it's
like
a
your
Saturday
truck
already.
nuts on your.
You got me. You got me, Thumper.
They look like they're almost like bioluminescent. They're just sort of like glowing with a strange light.
Those gotta be eggs. Well, or power cells.
Or
I mean,
egg.
regardless.
Or egg power cells.
Power eggs.
Ace gets in the transmitter and says, hey guys, so maybe when we leave this place, since a lot of this stuff seems to look organic, do we have any way to like inject any kind of virus or any kind of like
Fire.
bio warfare at the very end?
Well, let's
into
just
the
calm ourselves with the fire currently.
a virus will go unnoticed for a little while and give us a chance to get away. The fire is gonna.
I think the plan is take control over it. Period.
Again, you've spent years thinking about this, Ace, and now you're getting a little more practical information. I will let you make a medical check to see if you think you might be able to do something that would inhibit this.
Concoct
I'm like,
something.
which dice have not burned me yet?
That is true. Which are less cursed. Yeah.
Will she make it?
I appreciate that we've gone full.
Not those ones.
I appreciate we've gone full War of the Worlds here.
Oh, Ace has no idea.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're like, well, maybe I
What
could.
are you rolling?
Come on, just tell me.
It
Nothing.
was what the paramedic. So it's because it's half the manual dex, right?
Yeah, so you roll below.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, because
How far below?
Because it's 127 is your skill
I was
there.
about to say it's pretty
So
difficult.
it's
It would be
30
half
math.
the manual dex, or all
so
of it?
30,
Yeah.
about 30 below, 35 below.
That's really cool.
Maybe.
Margin
Maybe.
of success.
Maybe.
It's better than no.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Like you're kind of
You're
thinking to
saying there's
yourself,
a
you know, you're
chance.
like, if I empty one of these cartridges and then I'm like mix it in and I take some of like the mega glue and I'm like, maybe.
You know, keep thinking about it. See if maybe you can take a biosample because we have a 3D printer.
And then we can put sugar in the
How
gas
does
tank.
how
you
does the
are a
mega
very
glue
gifted
work?
physician, so you're kind of like,
How does the mega
I
glue
might be
work?
able to disrupt this.
Mega
Right.
good.
Mhm.
But like, can we just like put it down and the first thing that steps in it, or is it have to be like two things touching at the same time while it gets?
I think it's like that. It's
Well, that's
a little-
welding. You're describing welding.
Yeah, I think
Well,
it's
the
like
reason
a
I'm
puddle.
asking is do we want
So,
to put a
mega
puddle
glue-
behind us?
Mega
Well,
glue
the power.
permanently binds almost anything together. Steel, ceramics, organic matter, etc. And yeah, it is very, very difficult to break it. It is a 120 check strength skill to break it.
Yes, you could leave a glue trap of sorts.
I think so.
Does that work?
That's a Haas
Ace just
way
holds
of
up the
living
bottle
right
of
there.
Mimic.
Just remember, if we run back that way, we got to fly over it.
Speaking of glitch, how's that transporter coming?
Yeah, can I see how I'm doing on
Stationary
repair
turret.
device?
Uh-huh.
Cool.
I think I think we could set a glue trap, but also whenever we get to the main hold, we should use this to probably also glue the door shut so they
you
can't
got a
get in on
bonus on
us.
that.
Now, Ace,
wise
remember,
ideas.
after that time you all were on the Chatillon homeworld, they told you not to use the mega glue anymore. And now they're like, oh, Ace, please, let us use the mega glue. No.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, situations are different now.
It depends on if we plan to take over the ship or take it down. If we
You're
plan
gonna need to
it
take over
we'll
the
glue
ship because I can't get you back to this one. I crit failed.
Wait,
No, I crit failed.
Oh.
100 is 100.
All right, guys.
Oh shit.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Well, here we go.
Which
Lay that
means-
glue trap
Was that
down.
a cybernetic system?
4?
The what they were trying to repair?
At this point,
There's a device.
glue trap, bomb. Stick them there, blow them up.
You get like a timer
It's a crit
set.
fail.
No, I totally understand.
About it.
I mean, I fire this puppy, and I raise my arm that has the integrated
I don't
abomination
actually-
omega weapon in it.
Everything else.
If this hits anything that's stationary, it's gonna rip it off at the ankles.
You know what,
I mean,
Thumper?
it'll probably flatten it first, but there will be the pancake, the ensuing pancake will be ripped off.
You know what, Thumper? I like that idea. Why don't we go with that? You want to move to the back? We'll keep
Alright.
moving. You drop the glue, you move to the back. Soon as something gets stuck, you knock it down, and then we just start running.
All right, so we're going full tilt.
Yep.
All right,
All right, dropping the glue.
Yep.
throwing it down.
And I can catch back up with you.
That's not
yeah.
a euphemism. Wow.
How are those other ships coming?
Once you moved away, you haven't seen him again since. Mm-hmm. I rolled spectacularly to have them find you, by the way, and then you were like, or don't. They rolled a 3 to find you. Yeah. Mhm. Day's not over. So, so the plan again, as I explained, Ace is leaving the glue trap in this room with these glowing orbs of some sort.
Mhm.
And how far back are you staying to wait for whatever runs in here, Thumper?
Range bracket 3, probably.
But to be, I mean, are you moving with the group? You're just bringing up the rear? Or are you literally waiting?
I'm bringing up the rear until I hit range bracket 3, and then I'm waiting.
Okay.
I mean, we can stick with him if that makes more sense at range bracket 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Feel like.
I mean, I'm gonna fire a shot, and then I'm gonna run and catch
He's
it.
also significantly
Just
faster than
in-
us.
Just
or
in
me.
case we
and
get
Ace.
cut off, and there's like 15 of those things, and then you're
I
dead.
mean, I got a flux shield of 20 on this armor.
What's it gonna be? Tell me now.
That's the plan. We're gonna stick. We're gonna stick with Thumper.
Everybody's all right. So
Thumper's-
you're all kind of getting ready to throw hands in whatever this room is.
Yep.
All right.
You can catch his plasma sword for free.
Moments later, again, you do see one of these large arachnids come and like And it does like crawl into the middle of the room as it's like looking upwards, and it does stop as two of its legs come down in the glue, and it like looks down and kind of like pulls, and it's like.
Are there any more approaching behind it?
So far, you just see the one, but it does not seem to have seen you until actually it very much whips its head up and looks straight at you.
Fire in the hole!
Since you were prepared, I will let you act before it, because it is very much like, what? Hey! Boom!
I mean, it's going to get hit by the blast before it hears the sound.
Well, you got to roll to see if it gets hit by anything first.
Mach 6 heading your way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is the abomination.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I rolled a 15.
Holy shit, that was great.
Mm-hmm.
And my it's range bracket 3.
Mm-hmm.
So my weapon omega is 150, and then range bracket 3 is another 55. So that's 205, and I rolled a 15. So I'm like 190.
And that does how much damage?
I think that'll hit.
All of it.
It does 55 damage, but it's structural damage, and it's multiplied if it's stationary.
Multiplied by how much?
I think it's 2.
2.
Yeah.
You see, boom, and you blow a hole in it, and just get
Goddamn, that was a good job.
and you do.
What's going on in there?
Thumping.
Just squashing bugs. No worries here.
Okay.
Is that loud enough for anything to hear us?
That's one action that I've used. So.
Well, they're shooting back with a 1 I just rolled.
No.
So, yeah. This
Rollers.
is going to, no, you're taking this one in the face.
No.
Then you're like, woo! You hear.
I believe it's a yee.
It's an oh no
I
is
don't
what
have any
it
opportunities
is.
to dodge or anything with my remaining actions?
Roll a 1.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, you won't get away.
All right.
I'm like, you can say you dodge, but I mean, you're like, bang. It hits you in the leg.
Well, does it goes through my flux shield?
How much does the flux shield stop?
It's the flux 20, so
It hits for 78.
it's 100 points.
Right.
At least. That flux shield is 100 points.
All right. Well, 78 of it is gone.
Okay.
Around you.
All right.
And you all hear the exact
flux
same
shield
sound
20
that you
as
heard
well.
on the planet. Just echoes from everywhere.
The didgeridoo.
Ace looks at Tark and goes, "You ready to die again today, buddy?"
Let's run, folks!
Mm-hmm. You guys gonna run for it?
Oh yeah, booking it.
I'm gonna drop my holographic generator and make 6 of us running all random directions.
How much of this glue do I have?
I'd say you can do that 2 total more times.
Okay.
You're a maestro with the mega glue. So.
Do you guys want me to glue this door shut as well? Kind of like make small blockades
No, let's save
on the
it.
way off. Save
Let's
it.
save it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I could try to make the security check.
Yeah, make see if you can close the door.
Yeah.
All right. As you send the 6 holograms off, you hear back down 2 of the hallways.
Perfect.
Where the
Remember you got
duplicates run.
that.
Let's
Mhm.
Yep. So
Get the
that
hell
was
out of here.
Keep going?
100
Yeah.
Right.
or-
All right. They very much fall for that. Meanwhile, back on the ship. Give me your sensor check.
Meanwhile.
Me?
Mm-hmm. Or, well, whoever wants to do it, because then a glitch was doing a different thing.
Yeah.
All right. I
Okay.
can do a sensor check. That's fine.
Mhm.
And
Taking into account a negative 80 on the door brought 1 level down by working on the cracker, I am still at negative 123.
As you all go running through one of the doors, it shuts behind you.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. And as you're running towards another one, it opens, like right when you guys get to it. And you're like,
Glitch.
Thank you, Glitch.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I told you no dying today.
Well, you
Don't
keep
encourage
working.
him, Ace.
You keep working on that return trip, and we'll be fine.
I rolled a 4, which is 121 under.
The 6 ships have broken into 3 different groups and are flying in clockwise circles around the ship, coming your direction.
Huh. We've got some incoming here that we might need to deal with.
Okay, what do we need?
they're going clockwise. There's no way they won't see us at some point.
If you stay still.
Yeah, maybe change locations.
I'm going to try to mirror them.
More evasive maneuvers?
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me your piloting check. You all are running through here, and again, you are starting to hear more sounds of chaos. You hear shooting that is probably at your holograms. You can just hear just activity and motion. And even inside your helmets, this noise is deafening.
It's just the most unpleasant sound in the world.
It is terrifying. You feel it as much as you hear
That
it.
flux shield has 2,000 hit points. So, yeah.
A personal flux shield is 2,000.
This is a flux shield 20, and it's an armor option that I bought. It costs 3 million credits.
Yeah, I have the same thing as well.
I mean, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
139 under.
You're like, you know? So is there rotating here? You're trying to stay there, basically. Yeah, you're like, do it cool. It's fine. Glitch, you very much are like seeing the ship going like over the display and
I'm
under.
really glad I mentioned you're not going to be space sick. This would suck right now. That Musakin thing can't handle it even slightly. This, wow, it would suck.
Over the comms, you hear, what's going on there?
Good taste.
Fortunately, nothing. It could be so much more, but right now it's nothing.
It is Slither calling up to you.
Just evasive maneuver, Slither. Trying to avoid detection.
Should we man the guns?
Yes.
Yeah.
But don't shoot yet.
What's the point of the guns if we don't shoot with them?
I'm just saying don't shoot yet. We don't want to give away our position if we don't have to.
That's it. That's all he says.
He seem a little tightly strung to you.
No more so than usual.
I mean, I thought on like Friday night dinner he was kind of a little uptight.
In the closed caption in my mind, for that I saw exasperated snarling.
As you all come running through here and all this chaos is erupting, you get to a door that opens and it is cavernous. There are two large pools on either side of you, and up ahead there is a bay where you can see out into space a window, and there is another what looks like the same way you saw those dangling objects. There is what looks like a large central node that does seem like some sort of brain-like structure, and tall creatures are all around it doing something. And as you get, when the door opens, up out of the pool, two multi-tentacled things just come up. They're like,
Light them up!
Let's kill them all.
I would avoid
No,
killing
keep the brain
at least
alive. Gotta
one of the
control it
people
first.
who's flying the brain to at least extract the information on how to use the craft out of him before we kill him.
How do you plan on doing that? You can't speak his language.
Oh,
Are you debating
there are
on turning it on right
things
now?
that go beyond language, and she just grips her sword.
all right, what do you all do? Give me initiative.
Yep.
Real shoot.
Yes.
Right, that's the idea. You know it.
I do. I know who we
Just
are.
remember that you add those two together and subtract your initiative modifier. What do we get?
-2.
All right. Base is negative.
So you roll 2d10 and you minus that number.
That's it?
Yep.
All right, what did you get the number?
So yours.
Minus 10.
Okay. What's Target?
70.
Target has a minus 12.
Target was literally waiting for this. Haas, what'd you get?
So you have a 7 and you minus that number. So you have a negative 5.
-5. I thought this was 70.
No.
In this
Initiative
case,
is
yeah.
is just those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Atoms.
The max is 20.
Yes.
All right. So Ace, the monsters, again, the monsters will go last. These tentacled horrors, very much horrors, very much are lashing out in all of your directions. So again, we're declaring in reverse of what's actually going to happen. So Ace, what do you intend to do?
What was the last thing that she heard Haas say? Light him up?
Yeah,
I didn't say
I
that,
said
but
light him up.
I'll take credit for it regardless.
Remember,
She would
It's not a
say-
bad idea.
She would ask over comms to Haas. Which one you want me to get?
Concentrate fire. Which one?
Oh, left. Well, the closest one.
Okay.
Gotta kill the closest thing to us.
Specifically, there's pools on either side. Tentacle monsters in the pool.
Well, we're on the left
Central well, you guys kind of walked into the room. They're on both sides. Central node-ish thing with some sort of pilot things. If you had to wager a guess, kind of at the far end of the room, and then display.
How far away are
Don't
the
shoot that
tentacles?
That's it. The tentacle things are range 2 to you. The brain would be range 4. from where you're
Can we see
standing
how
right
deep
here.
that pool is?
Tentacle things
You
could
cannot.
be fun.
Big enough to hold that gross thing in it.
That's
Mhm.
disgusting.
Also, remember, dumping all of your rockets is in fact an option, but it only works once. Right.
And
So
it only
what do you want
works
to do, Ace?
away from Tark.
We going left or right, Haas?
Left.
She will indeed.
You just have to tell me right now. We're not rolling it yet.
Yeah.
She's just gonna hit him with a rocket first.
So you're attacking the left one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Attacking the last tentacle monster. Okay. Haas.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna be dumping all my rockets into it.
Okay. You are gonna fire them all. Okay. And then Tark.
Yes.
Tark?
sir.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Just declaring.
Yeah. I thought I was last.
Oh no, I was wrong. You are last. Thumper. What are you?
I would like to leap into the air and engage my flight unit,
Mm-hmm.
and I want to try to strafe at the maximum range I can in the room to safe range from the left tentacle creature, and I'm gonna fire some missiles and also unload with Big Bertha.
All right. And then Tark, which you can just do because you being last, act first.
I am going to run past both of them, and I'm going to start swinging at the pilots.
Tark, what y'all got going on in there?
You very much. Boom, 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 boom. Brum, brum, brum.
And an occasional hey, baby.
Why didn't you put the compressor on the...
Can you let the droid go? The drone, sorry.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, it's on my back. You got control over
You
it.
can
And
begin.
he's-
You can begin at trying to activate the bridge. It is difficult because you are very much still trying to fly this maneuver, though. So you're very much like.
No, I'm gonna have glitch.
Okay.
So
Right.
so this is my plan. I'm gonna swing. As soon as one of them's dead, I'm going to attach. I'm gonna try to attach that unit onto whatever the hell they were controlling it with.
Yeah.
Because right now all the spots are full.
Right.
So idea is you
Make
need
space and then let Glitch figure it
All
out.
right.
Exactly.
So it would be 1 to get to it because you're very
yep
fast.
one to get to it.
So I'll say, and then 1 to attack unless you're doing a combo.
I'm not. I'm
Okay.
just gonna swing my diamond sword.
These
Swing
things, they look, they're about 7 foot tall, and they're just like they are very, very emaciated. They're just kind of like rib cages and like long bony arms with incredibly long bony fingers.
Does it have a head?
It does have a head.
I'm gonna swing.
You're like, not anymore?
I'm going for the head. So with that,
That's the eyes, boo.
with that, I even with the plus 50 or negative 50, I'm still 90 under.
How much damage do you do?
I haven't rolled
All
it
of
yet.
it.
Okay.
All of the damage.
All of the damage.
Next will be Thumper, by the way. So you
Uh,
can roll.
How many actions is a burst again? Versus
Times
six?
5.
Half. Okay.
So I now
Full
am
assault.
doing it's 40 damage.
Yeah, that's healthy. Not for him.
You see, like, when you come towards it, like, it reaches, like it's gonna try and do something, and it all just slides off, and this orange goo starts pooling on the floor.
Cool. Second action.
You know, when the orange goo goes up, you all can't smell it because your helmets are. The other ones go.
Cool. So one action to move, second action to attack, third action to attach this. I'm keeping my last 3 actions, which is half of my actions, for dodging.
Wisdom is knowledge multiplied by experience, kids. Cause it's relevant. All right, roll a
Power of
Thumper.
your
After
flesh.
that, it'll be you, Hoss. And then
Try
it's
not to die for
Ace,
you.
And then the monsters will do.
So-
Whoever's left might do
Because I have to
things.
kill you.
All right, so Thumper flies up, and with my
Revive
Gauss
me.
cannon, the Big Bertha,
Mhm.
that one I got an 80. Which range bracket am I? I mean, I'm strafing at high speed, so...
I mean, you could attack at whatever bracket you like.
I mean, I want to try to keep... I mean, the weapon I'm using is normally a vehicle-mounted one, and I got lift stuff to... I basically, like... I want to try to outrange its weapons, because I can still hit it from pretty far away. So if the room is pretty big...
The room goes up to about 50 meters, which I believe was it range bracket 4?
Okay, so range bracket 4 for that. All right, so
Shit blows up.
range bracket 4.
Like, womp womp, spoiler alert.
This 60 plus my 150.
And then Haas, you can start rolling now, so you'll be ready. And then Ace, you can start rolling, so you'll be ready.
10.
Am I? Since I heard after I said what I was going to do, what Haas was going to do, but I see what Haas is going to do before I do what I do, can I change what I do upon seeing?
Yeah, because it's not. It's like
It has to have
if
your attention,
the
yeah.
creature to the left dies in the process, you're not going to shoot the empty space that's there.
Okay, cool.
But whatever you're gonna roll, start rolling, so we'll be ready.
Oh, these are listed in vehicle bracket versus.
Then it's just one.
It's just one. Okay.
Sketch. They're getting close. You're running out of room here.
And who do we have on the ship with us?
You have Slither, the Fentari. You have Gluck, the Ram Python, and Dibs, the Mazian, and Sketch. Or your Sketch, Glitch.
All right, I need 2 of you on the guns. Or anybody who can be on guns, get on guns.
Okay, you want to shoot now?
Because you noticed that they were in 3 clusters. They've now spread out, where they have the whole ship ringed, flying.
It's like a
formation.
Ferris wheel.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we should keep running this way. Then they can't shoot at us without shooting their own big ship.
Yeah, I want to stay as close to the big ship as possible, but have all the guns ready.
Okay.
And
Guns ready, Captain.
And roll for your vibro bridge to see if you're able to access the machine, because he did attach it.
All right. What's the stats?
So-
Use range bracket 2 or 3 for it.
If you're going for the monsters, they would be range bracket 2.
You're using
the
missiles,
V-bridge,
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Those use vehicle bracket.
Depends. She's got personal
not
ones
that
and
bad,
anti
that's the
vehicle.
Okay.
And honestly, I'm probably going to attack him with my my laser rifle and a couple of single shot bombs if I can.
I
I
think I
mean,
made
smoke them if you got them. You
made a
know,
mistake.
Just all of them.
Yeah.
I think it's
no reason to hold back.
whatever your
There's 15
skills are
missiles and
plus
each one
You don't know what they're
10d8.
capable of.
This is true.
It's like overkill.
If I do the
I
full
think I'm
burst
gonna
of
have
those,
to
I
do
don't
it
have any action left for a dodge.
because
though,
it's
do I?
I do have a
piloting.
recharge. It takes like
If
90
you do
minutes
a
to
burst,
charge
you
the
will.
missiles.
If you
No,
dump
it's
them
got
all
the
to
drone
be-
has the computer.
Right. Exactly. So the
You're
first computer.
in range 2.
Oh,
Right, is the burst
But what's the
it
set
should be
checks?
written on
Oh,
there.
that's V.
All right.
that's-
So
it's gotta be computer
my
ops.
Big Bertha shot,
Yeah,
my Gauss
it's gotta be
cannon,
computer ops.
I was 135 under
Okay.
on that one.
One of the tentacle
The
things. or
drone
what?
gives a
And one of
bonus
the
of
left tentacle thing, the one
but
we're
that's
focusing
forensics
fire
and
on.
computer
Okay.
security.
Mhm.
So that's 135 under on that. Does that hit?
That is enough to hit it. Yes.
Okay. So that does 55, 27 points of damage, 127 points of structural integrity reduction.
You see, when you hit it, it just sort of like shivers,
Okay.
but it does not seem like overly
We have
damaged.
to crack security first.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a
Okay.
security check.
So
first,
then
and
with the
Alright, I'll
missile,
check.
I hit it with a
Okay,
jackrabbit
that's
reflex missile.
Mhm.
I was 122 under on
That
that
also will
one.
hit it.
That is an average damage of 70.
Yeah.
That blows a much bigger hole in it. One of its tentacles like flies off and hits the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, and then I'm saving my other actions for dodges, but I am also a fast-moving target, so I'm hard. There's a penalty for them to hit me.
Okay. And Haas.
I got 20 under,
Mhm.
and I'm firing 15 missiles apparently.
Okay.
I
But
did.
that, if you do that, that will be the only thing you can do, including you will not be able to dodge, because that's full auto. That's dumping everything.
Can I just do 2 then? Because I'm looking at the damage. I'm just like 10d8 per missile is a bit intense.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't want to like waste
It's up
all
to you,
of
but
them.
just tell me what you're gonna do.
Yeah, let's just do
Just
two.
smoke them.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Just fuck it.
That would be 1 missile for that roll, and then the next roll you would do that at -20 to see if you could hit it.
-20. No, that doesn't hit. But the first one got 46.
The first one hits. Okay. How much damage does it do?
56. I mean 46.
46.
46, right?
46. Okay. 46, right? Not 4d6, right?
4d6. No,
Okay.
46.
And it's where as you continue shooting it, it seems like it's getting bigger, or at least more of it's coming out of the water. And what are you doing, Ace?
I am at I am going to shoot a burst of my Digiton missiles from my rack on my back, which releases 5 of them.
Okay.
At the opposite one that Haas shot at, which I was going to shoot at the same one, but instead now I'm going to try and unload and see if I can't just burst this thing to death and see if we can't take them both out at the same time.
Okay, you hit the one, and how much, well, first, with the burst, let's see. You said 5?
Yes.
2 fly wide, and 3 hit it. Although you still have some of your attacks left. You could use some of your bumps to make some of the ones that miss hit it, but that will make it where you cannot dodge.
I'm going to keep my dodge.
Probably smart. So 3 of them. What's the
rolled
damage?
62 under, but what? Hold on, damage. 45 is the average.
Okay. And you see like big holes open up in it. All of you make observation checks.
Ooh.
Not bad.
I can see
What
things.
was it?
90.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but you've got a pretty high skill. That doesn't mean you didn't see it.
It is the skill plus what?
75 plus half of your intuition.
40 below.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
20 under.
So
Okay.
what is your
20
put
under.
down to observation?
75.
Okay, so then our observation is you don't have your stuff there.
I believe his intuition is the observation stat,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
So half your intuition plus that 75.
Yeah, I'm still over.
You all know these missiles are designed to destroy buildings, and both of these things took 4 or 5 of them and do not seem particularly damaged. I mean, they're injured and bleeding, but I mean, that should have leveled a city block, and you didn't drop 1 of them.
We just gotta buy some time for this virtual bridge to connect.
Tark.
Yes.
One of the tentacles lashes out at you. What is your dodge?
30.
It rolled a 6. So
Hit me, Broham.
it hits you for 120.
Okay, so that's over my threshold. Okay, where does it hit me?
It hits you in the leg.
Okay.
Not my good leg.
Legs.
Yes, please in the good life.
Leg
No.
structural integrity is 272.
Not structural.
Sorry,
threshold.
absorb.
Yeah. So it's 120 total.
Yeah.
But it's like a tree trunk smashing into you. Boom. Okay. It's what's your dodge?
70 something.
76. But are you accounting for the fact that I'm a fast-moving target?
I am.
Okay.
All but 1 miss because it also rolled a 1 again.
Okay.
So it is like tentacles are lashing out at you, and you're like, no good, nope. And then 1 absolutely catches you. It hits you. 3 is an arm, right?
3 is left arm.
Yep.
What about my flux shield? Does that not work?
Oh, it does 120 points towards your flux shield.
And melee
Well, we
attacks just take flux shield. They don't go through it or anything.
Honestly, we need to double check.
No, they
your flux shield.
they attack like normal weapons.
Okay. I mean that's good for me. So how much did you say I lost from it?
120.
Okay.
Okay. Tentacles go everywhere. Haas, one of them manages to hit you because presumably you all are dodging, right? Because like tentacles
Yes.
go out in all
They're all
directions
dodging.
after everybody.
I can answer that for
All
you.
One
dodges.
catches you in the head.
Oh, shoot.
You know, like, also for 120 points. Okay. Tark, it is completely dawned upon you that you cannot kill these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we're back around to the top.
Sorry.
Well, yeah.
everyone.
And what did you get for your V bridge thing?
Yes. So there were 2 checks. One is the computer security check,
Mm-hmm.
which benefits from the cracker.
Mm-hmm.
And so that will reduce.
We don't use that word.
That is.
I use
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So the cracker will lower whatever the difficulty is of that. My dice are 76 under before that.
To try and access the bridge.
Right, just to crack the security before I get to the operation stage.
Sketch, again, this small fleet is coming towards you, but you think you're in.
Oh, okay, great. It looks like we're in.
Okay. And from there, I have the operations,
Mm-hmm.
which was I rolled a 6 upon, so that'll be 116 under.
Okay, what is it that you're going to try to do? You think you can access issue a remote command?
Oh, I would like to shoot one of the other big ships. Right? That's yes.
Do it. Well, they're about to die, so do you want to do something to help them?
Oh,
Oh, yes. Yes. No. We're gonna shake him up. We're gonna shake him up.
Oh, shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
We need our magnetic.
I'm flying. I'm still flying. The ship can move around me.
While you all are there, the ship goes.
I will say I am
my
going to
grab
like
boots.
take our ship and like blast out away from it first before it. Yeah.
Okay.
I hope it swirls
you
up all the
pull
ships.
back and it's like, and you see the fighters break formation, but very much do see your ship and start zeroing in, and everything's like,
Shoot 'em, boys!
and again, everybody on board your ship lights them up.
So we have
Poorly.
2 turrets. We have a plasma obliterator, and we have anti-ship missiles as well as heavy missiles, which have a an SI damage of 100.
files and
On
missiles.
board the ship, you see the pilots like fly downwards, and you hear like them like crunching as they are hitting what would have been the roof. And these large tentacled creatures come out, which you see past once they come out of these pools, actually have like anthropomorphic torsos. They're almost like walking octopi type thing.
Octopi.
But they fall out also and are boom, boom, bouncing around while the ship is like. What are you all going to do?
Activate the grab boot.
Oh yeah, you said you activated grab boots. Yeah.
Clarify.
No, you all are like very much where everything's.
As it's spinning around, I'm literally taking my plasma sword and swinging around, so anything that gets close to me, it just gets hit away from me.
Overcomes. I yell back. Do we have control of this ship yet? Completely?
Not.
I don't know if it's complete control, but I just did the thing.
Is it enough for us to leave? Have we completed what we need to complete here? Is it time to start heading out?
We have to make a hole in the blockade. We haven't done that.
All right.
And
We will stay
that means
still.
if you have control of the ship, I get to try to move back to repairing the phase gate.
The phase gate's not repaired?
Excuse me!
No, it's fine. I just want to make sure that's what I heard.
It was broken real bad. Remember how I said we had to take the whole
Glitch, you got this.
The enemy fighters are opening fire, Sketch, as you're trying to fly both Jarrett's Javelin and do something with this capital ship. So what are you trying to do?
So I'm definitely going to be trying to dodge the enemy fighters while our folks are shooting them.
Not a 100.
Definitely not a 100. We're definitely good.
Yes.
And the only thing I want to do with the big ship is I just want to basically have it move in a trajectory towards another big ship.
You want to turn like.
Yeah, nothing.
So you all
nothing fancy. Just
it's still
move
like,
that way.
You all see it like out of the display. You see this thing is like coming your direction. And you boom, bam, boom, boom, boom. One of the tentacle things have like grabbed up on the rafters, and they're kind of like just sort of holding on as everything is pinwheeling around. Are you all trying to leave or do something
the
here? What are
room
you
that
trying
we're
to do?
in doesn't have any sort of like windows.
Yeah.
against the
You
outside.
very much can see out of
we should try
place.
to break that
All right,
window.
we're gonna send you some coordinates for a window we're gonna target. Can you hit it from the opposite side, and we'll hit it from
I'm
the
a little
inside?
busy up here.
Just here.
No, me do me God.
You see a rocket like from the ship, from the javelin. It's
I didn't send the coordinates yet.
No, me good.
like, boom! And
Is it big enough for us to fly through?
You think so? Yes.
Deactivate grab boots.
Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here.
To blow the window glass out, but that's not necessary.
Your rocket would not have been strong enough to, so you didn't miss out.
I'm using my mag boots to slowly get
Yeah.
to the window, and then as soon as it's out, just
Yeah, you all very much see this other ship approaching, and as soon as it kind of comes in range, you see the broadside of the other vessel is like boom, 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 very much shooting at this one. So you all are trying to scramble out?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meanwhile, I just
If
made
I'm
a
already in
successful
flight
air
and I
check
can
on that
get out of
piece.
the opening first, I'll stand guard by it to try to like target anything close to provide covering fire for the rest to get out.
Still make your personal flight check to see if you can get out the window.
I'm great at this.
I'm gonna pop a smoke
he's
just for
literally flying.
just
You guys are
cause.
trying to walk
Style.
out. He's like,
I rockets on my boots.
oh, did you want to try and fly out also? Okay. Operate personal flight device to
You know,
Uh,
I'll do the same.
So I'm basically trying to dodge the other ships and also get close to the hole. I rolled 132 under.
Okay. As you all are zeroing in,
We're minus 70 to hit because of our stealth systems, for what that's worth. That was why we've been staying on the stealth rating rather than burning up ECM. Our stealth is actually quite good. So that's our negative modifier.
as you all are basically
Looking at me and I was like,
We're very good. We're very good.
95 under.
like again, you're like
116 under.
You guys are
60 under.
heading out. You do have a personal flight device. Okay, everybody's like.
Oh, he was doing it the hard way.
See them.
Carl and Thumper.
This thing's spinning.
You're at.
Yeah, you guys are like right in between these two ships, and as you guys are flying out, you see in the middle of space a portal open where you can see the cargo hold.
Oh, fantastic.
Yep. They all come out of the as these two ships boom, and the resulting shockwave sends Jareth's javelin plummeting towards the surface of the planet.
Oh, shoot.
And that is a good place for us to stop. Where we will return for a silky smooth and uneventful conclusion to our story. No, it's a shopping episode. It's gonna be a nice planet.
The planet, yeah, it's the beach episode.
That's
Yeah.
it.
We're
Maybe
gonna
the
land on the
planet's
planet
awesome.
and go shopping.
So everything's gonna be fine.
It'll be great.
You can finally
Everything's-
see the Eridani bikini. All
There
right?
it is. There it is. Yes. You know what? I have nothing else to say. We'll see you next time for the end.